Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another week of the Weekly Special Edition Patreon episode, the second ever edition. Ladies and gentlemen, I know we took a week off and I know you've missed us and maybe our podcasting muscles are just a little bit rusty, but I know that Jose's shaking the rust off right now, getting that dance boogie down. Jose, how we feeling, my guy?
Oh, I am feeling blessed, happy, and ready to go. We have an amazing show for you today, people. We have a guest for the first time in a little bit. We have a guest. But before we get to all the festivities, and if you can see the podcast, you know that I'm wearing the DC Fandome merch, and you know exactly what's happening. Mizu, how have you been, buddy?
I am doing fantastic. And for the first time in a while, I can't believe I'm saying this, but we have a lot to talk about when it comes to DC.
Yes, we do. But we alluded to it already. We are joined by a guest. That's why we're on our Patreon. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Zephy of TikTok fandom, of Famedom. You know, he's got a YouTube gaming channel. He's been trying to build up all this going on. But, you know, if we're talking comics, we got to have the man, the myth, the legend on. And that is Zephy. How we doing, my guy?
I'm doing pretty good, man. I'm doing pretty good. It's good to get the muscles moving again with this whole content creation thing, you know. You know, finally just gotta get the shaking the dust off, man. So, you know,
it's trust
great
me.
To, you know, coming back to this, you know.
Oh, absolutely. Trust me, that dust gets on you so quick. You're just like, all right, I gotta get back into it. You know what? I'm not going to be dissuaded by this. And you know, guys, who wasn't dissuaded by taking a couple of like licks to the chin over the past couple of years, that would be DC, because we got DC fandom, not fandom recently, and sure, it was filled with as many trailers as it was cringe moments, and it was longer than the Snyder Cut, but hey, we have a lot to talk about. And I think the keystone thing to talk about here is the number one project a lot of people are looking forward to, and that is the new Batman coming out. Already confirmed that it's going to be longer than 3 hours long, a dark, gritty, noir, you know, detective style Batman story where Batman works side by side with Arkham or with Gotham police in order to discover the Riddler's like massive, like sinister plot. And I am stoked. Robert Pattinson's suit looks incredible. The car looks great. What did you guys think of the trailer?
Oof. I guess I'll start, dude. I was honestly mind blown at the they're doubling down. So they're doubling down on the noir aspect of it, and I couldn't be happier. So there's a very big difference, I would say, and I'd love to hear you guys' opinions in between, like going dark as the DCEU tried to do at the beginning, and like dark and gritty versus embracing a noir and nuanced type of darkness that can be used for storytelling, which is what made The Dark Knight great. It's what made the Joker great. So I'm glad that Matt Reeves is doubling down on this aesthetic. Selena Kyle, oh my God, Zoe Kravitz, Jesus. I love, speaking of Zoe Kravitz, I like the relationship that they're building with Robert Pattinson's Batman, because as we saw from the trailer, he is off his rocker. Like this is a young Batman that does not control his emotions. He's not vengeance. He's the knight. He's literally, where's the trigger? It's literally all.
Is that what he said?
No, he says what the hell have you done? Like when he punches
the window. Yeah. What did he say?
What the hell have you done? What the hell have you done? I
couldn't understand him.
I couldn't understand him either. I was like, oh, he's going off. And when he said, I don't care what's happened to me, I was like, oh, this is literally Black Air Force One mentality. Like he's literally going off the rails. So I would say that my hype level was at like an 8.5. Now it is above the 10 scale. So like I love the suit. I love the Batmobile. I love Andy Serkis as Alfred. I want to hear your opinions. What did you guys think about the trailer? First thoughts.
Like I said, same as Jose, I love how they're doubling down on the whole noir thing. You know, it's such refreshing ever, you know, compared to the other Batman that we've seen. Like we've seen the funny, campy Batman, you know, fully embraced with like Lego Batman.
Yep.
And obviously we got the big comic booky, I'm not wearing hockey pads, and you know, you know, car blowing up, you know, Batman that kills people. You know, we've seen the, you know, different takes on these Batman. I feel like with this one, you know, it feels like so there's something raw about it, you know, It's like I'm not really sure how I would put it. It's just a refreshing take on the character. I love what they're doing with Selena. Yes, she's a thief, but she's a she's a good thief. I think they said that she's kind of like a Robin Hood-esque character.
Mhm.
She's not just this one-dimensional thief, like, oh, I'm bad, catch me back, but like she's actually stealing. Maybe for some selfish reasons, maybe for some noble, but I like that they're doing that with her, and obviously Zoe Kravitz looks amazing.
Yes.
Whatnot.
Yeah.
And then my biggest thing is how menacing the Riddler looks. And I'm gonna say this for right now because I think they've been holding. If you've noticed, they've been holding back Riddler from the trailers. Like they haven't shown too much of him yet.
They really haven't.
And I think that's because he's gonna steal the show. I'm certain that he's gonna steal the show because like Paul Dano might be in his bag with this one, with just how because usually I've never taken the Riddler that seriously before.
He's kind of a gag character.
Exactly, he's a gag character, and like yes, like
Jim
he
Carrey.
is exactly. And like his intelligence is he's almost as smart as Batman, if not as smart. So it's like, but the only thing that bites him in the ass every time is his arrogance. So to see this Riddler just be full on just mental, it's like wow, just be full on crazy and just you got this young Batman going crazy and whatnot. It's like I think it's really cool to see.
Yeah, no, it looks incredible. And you're right. I mean, this is Edward Nygma we're talking about. He is insanely intelligent. Before we get too deep into what our predictions are with Riddler here, Mizu, what were your thoughts on it?
I'm not gonna lie, in the beginning, I was kind of in the air about it because like I'm like, this is another Batman trilogy, a live action. Do we need another? We had like what 3, 4 in the past. But now seeing the full trailer, I have never been more excited for a Batman film than ever.
Right.
And I'm just like, wow, this seems amazing. And plus, it is a fantastic idea to start off with the Riddler, not going big like Joker, Bane, or anything like that. No, we're going to start off with the Riddler because it makes sense. And I like how, with that being said, you guys were saying earlier, now, we're going to get more of not just a raw Batman, but I feel like we're going to get more of a detective Batman. I want to see more of that version of him because you can argue that the live action versions that we've seen so far didn't really push the detective part of Batman. Like they're sure they'll do some things here or there, but like they never really looked at, there were no like real clues and all that kind of stuff. So I definitely would love to see that. And of course, what y'all saying with Selena Kyle, I definitely want to see more of that too, because I feel like when it comes to relationships between Batman, especially when it comes to romantic relationships, they're not really pushed enough because they like to keep Batman in the same, I'm this one person single and all that stuff. But I definitely like the relationship that possibly could build in this movie with Batman. So I'm definitely stoked to see how they do it. And like you guys were saying, Riddler is an amazing character, underrated character. It's definitely given me Hush from the animated Hush movie and the comic books. So I can't wait to see that.
So yeah, that's my thing though. So the actor who's taking on the role of Riddler, I believe his name is Paul Dano, right? Paul Dano. So I don't think I've ever seen him in a movie prior to this, unless, I mean, have you guys?
Yeah.
I have. And I have. Oh shit.
Yeah. What movie?
So he plays a character in 12 Years a Slave.
Does he really?
He plays like a very, I'm not gonna lie, he plays a very like aggressive, like I wouldn't say master, because I think he's just one of the help of the slave master. And he was aggressive as hell. Like I hated every time he came on screen. And when he finally got his due, I was like, thank goodness. But yeah, he was very convincing. Like I believed him.
There's not a lot
he's also in There Will Be Blood with Daniel Day-Lewis. So yeah, he's one of the
was he the preacher?
Yeah.
He's the preacher, and oh my god, he's the preacher in There Will Be Blood.
Yeah, he's also in Okja. I think let me do a Google search real quick. He's
god,
also in
he was
Prisoners.
Incredible in that.
He's also in Prisoners, and then The Guilty, a few other ones, but yeah, those are the big ones. So like There Will Be Blood, Okja, and then the fucking Batman, and then 12 Years a Slave. Yeah.
Damn, dude. Especially if you look at his likeness too, like he does give me like, oh yeah, you're the Riddler. Like you look like the Riddler.
Yeah. There's this tweet going around.
He doesn't have the ginger hair, but
yeah. There's this tweet going around, just a picture of him, and he's like, I feel like this motherfucker, like he's not even in costume. I feel like this motherfucker's walking around talking in riddles anyways. Like just the way he looks. So he's right for the role. The one thing that obviously that's something that like we find very right with the trailer. Like we think this is a great casting. It looks cool. My thing is, did you guys like the Batmobile? Like the Ford GT-esque Batmobile? Do you like that look?
Yes, sir. I do.
I mean, I'm a fan of the armored tank Batman.
The hurdler or whatever it was.
Yeah,
the Tumbler. Yeah.
The Tumbler, that's what it was. Yeah.
Or just I even like the one that was in the like in the Arkham games and even in the Snyder movies.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big fan of those type of Batmobiles, but I understand that he's a young Batman. He doesn't have I'm assuming Lucius is not in this yet, or he hasn't met Lucius yet, probably. So he doesn't have all that technology at his disposal. So makes sense.
I don't know. That man looked bulletproof as hell.
Oh, he was bulletproof.
Yeah, we took that shot to the chest.
Yeah, he took several shots to the chest. Actually, up close.
There's a whole scene. There's a whole scene. Two guys with SMGs just shot him, and he was just walking like Darth Vader.
Old boy, baby, old boy Batman style, bro.
Exactly. So, all right. Okay. So, fine. A quick hypothetical here. Power rank your Batmobiles. So, I'd say mine goes number 1, OG Michael Keaton, like the really long phallic one. And then I would say Tumbler 2, and then I would say Arkham Games 3 with the big ass wheels, and then this one 4.
I was gonna say, are we counting the Batman the animated Zeitgeist?
Yeah. Nope.
Oh,
okay.
No. Oh, because I mean, there's a lot of different Batmobiles in all of the animated movies. I was just doing the big ones.
Okay, bet. I don't know. Okay, I would say because what I'm thinking of is, dude. I don't know if you guys have seen. I know it's a little bit campy, but I know that have you guys seen Batman Beyond?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, the Batmobile is. Oh, Jesus. So,
I don't remember it. Hold up.
Dude. So not only that one, I really liked Batman Brave and the Bold. I was kind of the odd man out that liked that because it had like the Batman shield, like it had a shield on top, like it felt like a freight train. So I would say, I don't know, I feel like I like those, but I would say number 1, Tumblr. Like I just have to go Nolan.
It was sick.
Nolan. Number 2, the Arkham game Batmobiles. So like the moving tank, whatever. And number 3, I would go animated series.
What about you, Zeph?
Okay, so for me, the one from Arkham Knight, there are just times, how people in GTA ride around cars all day and whatnot. I ride around the Batmobile in Gotham. I literally just take joy rides. That's probably as close as I'm ever gonna get taking a joyride in the Batmobile. So
exactly
take what I can get. Second, obviously, Tumbler. One specifically is just when he shifted into like the bat cycle and just shot out like that
when it explodes.
Yep, when it explodes. I thought that was that's giving him a number 2 spot. And then third one, the Batman series where like the Batmobiles looks like kind of like a Ferrari. Not Ferrari, but like a sports car.
Ooh,
kinda. It's like the theme song is like na, 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 na,
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, yep.
Yep. It transforms into like this, like it's like more like a sleek sports car version of the Batmobile, and I love that
for sure.
I loved how that looked. So those are my top 3.
What about you, Mizu?
I'm definitely gonna go with actually the Tim Burton Michael Keaton one, only because like thinking about it in his only because of thinking about it in a like realistic way for a Batman, like his whole thing is about getting out of there, darkness, not be seen or whatever. I'm just saying a whole tank like vehicle just seems counterproductive to your whole aesthetic, in my opinion, because like how can you be stealthy if you're crashing through other people's cars?
You can't.
But that's just my opinion. But and plus, I mean, you can imagine like people's car insurance will off the roof as you're destroying other people's property. But anyway, then Tumblr, then the Arkham, the one in Christopher Nolan's will be my third one from there.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. And then I have one question. So the guy with the scarring on his face, is he supposed to be Two-Face? Is he supposed to be Penguin?
I think he's
Penguin.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
He's-
Cobblepot. Yeah.
That's Penguin. Okay, I just like, you know, when the last iteration of the Penguin we got was Danny DeVito, so that guy seemed very big to be the Penguin. He looks great. The way he was acting, he was like, I got you, and that scene gave. I haven't had a trailer give me chills in a long time. The Batmobile jumping out of the flame, and he's like. And then just instantly pit maneuvers, such a badass scene. Did you guys like the casting for the Penguin?
Can we just appreciate how much Colin Farrell is going into this role? He literally went up like 50 or 60 pounds just to play like Cobblepot, bro.
Really?
I think it's
not
Colin
like
Farrell.
that's not like a suit or nothing.
I don't know. He literally look
because you can't even tell that's him.
No.
Like,
That's
transformed.
Colin Farrell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, bro. Cobblepot is Colin Farrell. Dude, he literally looks feral, and I'm like, he looks wild.
Apparently, he was wearing a fat suit. I think says he's only 5'16" to Matt Reeves' Batman. His upcoming spin Dark Knight, led by. I think he probably. I mean, to get that weight in the face though, he had to put on weight. No, he had to put on weight. He put on 30 pounds.
Oh, I know that was easy. He was like.
Yeah, you just got to eat in the middle of the night for 5 or 6 scenes, dude. 30 pounds.
Oh,
damn.
man.
That's dedication right
but
there.
I like
but
that.
so you guys like Colin Farrell for the role then? You like what he did?
Oh, yeah.
So far, so good. Yeah.
So far, yeah. Well, I like what I see. You know, like
Yeah.
Penguin's one big cocky dude. Always, I don't understand how. It must be like that short guy syndrome. You know,
Mhm.
you know how you always feel
Listen, as a short king, I can attest. Yes, Napoleon syndrome is real. Okay,
I
led to
feel
me
like,
a lot of blind confidence.
is it just me, or does it feel like it's going for more of a like an Al Capone style look or attitude? Because he is a politician. Like I think they're going for like the accurate comic book origin, not exactly like a man turning into a penguin, but like a crooked politician basically turning into the Penguin. So the Al Capone style demeanor, I think, fits in well with what like Robert Pattinson is trying to do, because it's a direct opposite. It's like this dude's trying to get like him to like lean a little bit into his darker side, and like we have a Batman that's not all the way there mentally. Like he's mentally unstable like throughout the entire like trailer. So bro, that electrocution scene, I did not expect that from a trailer at least. So I really like that. The other thing I don't think we've covered that I thought would be bigger news is Jeffrey Wright is Commissioner Gordon. The Watcher is Commissioner Gordon, baby. So like I don't know if is this the first African American Commissioner Gordon or no?
Yes, it is. And of course, that's like every time there's a big change and things like that, of course, there was backlash. But surprisingly enough, there was backlash for this, but not as much as, others, because they're just like, oh, well, we know who this is. And plus, like when they first saw the teaser trailer, he kind of did look like Commissioner. Like he does look like Commissioner Gordon. Like if he was black, this is what he would look like.
Yeah,
he fit the role very well. Also, like Jeffrey Wright is one of the most likable people in Hollywood, so I feel like that's why there's not so much backlash. Like he is just a lovable dude. Also, he's already the Watcher, and like who knows, like what. So like now that he's been introduced into like the superhero zeitgeist, it feels like. It should be that way. Why does he feel like he fits that role so well? Has he played a detective before?
I think Westworld is the closest that he gets.
I was just
about
to say that. Because have y'all seen Westworld?
I have.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think he's really good.
Season 1. I tried to watch season 2 and I dropped it immediately. But yeah, season 1.
No, he's really good in that show. Yeah,
he is ridiculously good, and he does play a detective style role of like trying to uncover stuff. And he's really good at like questioning himself, questioning the rationale behind his decisions. The big thing that Mizu, you were gonna say something. Yeah, sorry.
I don't know. I was just trying to think. I think he was also in Law and Order for a little bit, or at least some like cameos or something like that.
Okay, bet. Like
that sounds somewhat familiar. But since we are talking about Jim Gordon and we are talking about, just like Gotham and Arkham as a whole, we are also getting a keystone video game that is based around Gotham and Arkham and all of that. And in a post Jim Gordon world, we got another look at Arkham Knights, the video game based around essentially Batgirl, the Red Hood, Robin, and Nightwing living in a post Batman and post Jim Gordon world. And trying to keep a reign on Gotham, even though it simply is unreignable. Did you guys? We haven't gotten a date for it yet, unfortunately. But I mean, is this a game that you guys are feeling like you're going to get into streaming a little bit?
Probably, yeah. Oh, sorry, I mean to interrupt.
No, I was gonna say I have a question. Who is the villain, the owl guy? Because it's a lot of owl imagery, and I was like, bro, I forgot I don't know who the villain is.
You don't know the Court of Owls?
Court of Owls.
Court of Owls. Oh,
the Court of Owls, Jose.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Jose, some of the most important.
Hey.
This is incredible because this is what you guys do for me for Marvel. I get to do it for you for DC.
Perfect. I'll take it, bro.
Oh my
God,
the Court of Owls are so important. Okay, the Court of Owls are essentially they're like an underground group of billionaires and millionaires that are vigilantes that essentially control like some of them. They're vigilante-esque. They're bad guys. That control like the underrealm of Gotham through like really shady like dealings and these kinds of things.
Like
and
the
so exactly. Okay. And so they're like responsible, like in some timelines, they're responsible for Martha Wayne and I'm spacing Thomas Wayne's death. There's entire timelines where Damian Wayne has to take him on. So yeah, they are very important, like underground, like billionaires that like kind of work in opposition to Batman, but they're always trying to get Batman to join them because essentially they do the same thing, except they work in like much more underhanded and like scummy ways.
Ooh, okay, I like it. I'm sold. I mean, I liked it from the first trailer. I just wanted to get you guys' opinions on like the villain and what you see where you see the game moving.
Well, do you guys see them making it like a Batman Arkham game?
Yeah, that was one of my first kind of gripes with it. It's like the concept is great and whatnot, but what do you like? We're in next gen consoles now.
Yeah,
it's been about almost a decade and some change since the last Arkham game. So like, what are you gonna
really?
Do? I think so.
Oh, yeah, you're making me feel old.
I think so.
Oh,
I think so. I saw. I'm almost certain. They didn't come out in like. When did it come out? Like
holy shit! It came out in 2015.
Yeah, 2015.
Half a decade, bro. Yeah.
Arkham Knights came out in 2015.
Yeah, half it. So
it's been 7 years.
Almost a decade.
It's melting in front of me. Okay, cool. Quarter life crisis is over. Continue, Zephy.
Okay. What was I saying? But yeah, it's been that long since like the last Arkham game. So I'm just like, what are you gonna do now that we're it's next gen? Like, what are you gonna do to separate yourself? From those games while also maintaining that, because Arkham games have a staple in gaming history. So what are you going to do to keep your place, there? And when I saw it from the first trailer, I didn't really see a whole lot, like, of course they're still sneaking around, grappling up on gargoyles and whatnot. So it's like, okay, that's great. And I think the Mr. Freeze boss battle I saw looked cool.
It did look cool, yeah.
Did look cool, but again, it's just like, I'm not seeing where the separation is. Like what, I'm looking for that that it factor. It's like, okay, yeah. Like, yeah.
That's what I was going to ask. Do you guys think it's a situation of if it ain't broke, don't fix it? Or do you want to see something? Do you want to see something out, like something different out of this game?
I feel like I would go a mix. I would do a mix of two very important video games that are coming up and that have already met a staple for themselves, which is Spider-Man and God of War. I would go the route of like, okay, let's say that you finish a chapter with Batgirl, let's say, and then like they all have a reunion to like fix like, what the hell are you doing? Like, we need to do this way. And they're like, you know what? And like somebody storms off and it's like the Red Hood. And it's like, fuck that, I'm doing it my way. And like as he's going away from the door, you like go into his perspective. Like how in God of War there's no cutscenes, right? So you don't choose who it is. It's like chapter, like it's a linear story, but with the option to be open world, right? So you can do missions as Red Hood now. So like you do the first one
GTA
part
5.
as
I was just going to say that GTA 5.
Yeah, GTA 5. Yeah.
So if you mix that, that could be a really interesting storytelling perspective, because it could be like, okay, now you get all the players that you've been playing as support, a la like Ninja Storm or Demon Slayer video games. Like, you bring them in to support you, but at the same time, like, you're like, now you're the Red Hood, and then you get new gadgets, new skills, and you're like, oh shit, I can like actually shoot them. I can shoot people now, because like the Red Hood does stuff exactly how he decides to do, and nobody else can tell him different. So
he got tortured for 6 months.
Yeah,
so
very true.
He's gonna murder people.
So I like that approach. What about you, Mizu?
I'm definitely in agreement with you. It might be just a mixture of the two, of like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But we're gonna add maybe just some possible new things, like the possibility to like switch characters depending on missions and stuff like that. So that's pretty much all I gotta say on it. We'll just have to see.
Yeah, I'm probably in the same situation. I think you know, the Arkham Knights did so well for a reason. It's because they were very good at what they did. And they did it a lot. And there were some things that people were upset about, like the Joker boss battle being you fighting this hulking monster, when instead it should have been something more nuanced. But like we said, it's been 7 years. They've had a lot of time to work on this video game. I think it's gonna be polished. I think it's gonna be pretty. I think it's gonna look good. And I think true DC fans are gonna have a lot of fun with it. Another game that I think true DC fans are going to have a lot of fun with is, I'm not going to say it looks as good as Arkham Knights looked, but Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League looked like a pretty fun romp. It looked great. It's a very well-known storyline. Essentially, it looks like Brainiac this time. But it's been people like Trigun. Essentially, like the Justice League gets taken over, and either the Teen Titans or Suicide Squad have to take them out. One of the best movies out there is when the Teen Titans have to do it when Trigun takes them over. This time it looks like Brainiac though, and you are Harley Quinn, King Shark, Captain Boomerang,
Bloodsport?
and Bloodsport. Yes. Yeah, or is it Bloodsport? Or is it
Deadshot?
Oh, it's Deadshot.
I think it's Deadshot. Yeah, it's Deadshot.
Yeah. And you have to take on, it looks like Superman, Wonder Woman, the Flash. We didn't see Batman.
We saw the Lantern.
We saw the Lantern. We saw Mike, not Mike. When
I was live streaming it, someone had told me that takes place in the same, like in the Arkham universe.
Oh shit! Really?
That's what I was. That's what I was told.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So Batman technically is, well, I don't know, but we don't know from the ending, but technically he's dead.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah, technically at the end of Arkham, yes, it reveals his face. Like, I'm dead now. That's crazy. Okay, so, and he's usually someone who helps the bad guys defeat the Justice League in the end. But so, I mean, did you guys, what's your hype level comparatively to the Arkham Knights game for this game?
I really like the humor, bro. I like the thing is that like
it's gonna be a hard M. It's gonna be a hard M rated.
I like those type of games, and I feel like if I can have fun with an action game that also gives me like the humor aspect, I love it. That's why I loved, for example, the Deadpool game, because it was so irreverential and like they made just so many crude jokes as he's like just yanking people with his katanas that like I really like that style of storytelling. I just don't know how they're gonna like, because like story wise it has to be something compelling, right? Because if I mean, I think it's safe to say that besides the Arkham series, the Injustice video game series is like the most successful one for DC in a while. So like it's either like hardcore fighting or like hardcore storytelling. Like you don't get like the perfect mix of both. So like I hope that they don't go like too far into like the humor route where it's just like basically stand-up comedy with a little bit of action. It's like they have to find a very specific niche to fight with Gotham Knights, like both releases. But I think honestly my hype level for that is like an 8 out of 10 after the trailer, like an 8 out of 10 solid.
And it was an 8.5 for Arkham Knights.
Honestly, I was at a 9. Because like there's no Batman. Because like think about it, there's it's martial law. Like there's no Batman and there's no Jim Gordon. Like it's all like you have to figure out for yourself. And I'm like, yes.
Do we know for a fact is the Batgirl Barbara Gordon in Arkham Knights? Do we know that?
Seems like I'm gonna say a safe bet and say yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think you like it almost always is, but yeah, I was a little bit curious. What about you, Zeph? Did you like what you saw out of the trailer?
Yeah, like I said, like Jose said, I like the comedy side of things. It's just I really wish we saw some gameplay. You know, it's your second
from either of the games. It would have been nice, right?
Exactly, because at least with Gotham Knights, when in the first trailer they showed us a little something, you know. And while I didn't really like it that much, I appreciated that they had something ready to show us gameplay wise. You know, it's this is the Suicide Squad movie. This is their second trailer now.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta seeing them interact is cool and all, but what's gonna make me buy it? You know, I want to see Harley hit people on the side of the head with Harley's bat.
Yep.
Am I gonna be able to chew people's head off as King Shark? How is this game play?
Exactly.
It's a game, right? Not a movie.
Yeah. How does Sun Wukong, which isn't coming out till like 2025, have gameplay out and you don't when this game's coming out in 2022?
Exactly. I think it's even a smaller developer team for Sun Wukong, I think.
Oh yeah. It's a very small team out of China.
Yeah. Which is crazy. So like what's your excuse? Like what exactly are y'all hiding? Does it not look good? Or is this I'm a little worried about that, because when game companies do that, when you're that far into advertising, production, and you're already letting out trailers and whatnot, and you still haven't shown gameplay yet. So I'm a little worried. Like what
happened to the Avengers game. They didn't show gameplay until like a month or so before it came out.
Exactly.
Because it was boring. because the game was fucking boring. And they were like, hey, this is our first level. This is the best level we have. And it just did not look inspiring. Still pre-ordered it though. That was on me.
Yeah,
still haven't finished.
No, we all made that. I think we all made that mistake.
Yeah, still haven't finished it. What about you, Visa? Did you like what you saw?
I'm definitely in the camp with Zephy, with the fact of like I am hyped for it, because one, for the simple fact that we are going to be playing like pretty much anti, but mostly leaning towards bad guys who are trying to save the world, and the biggest people they're fighting against is the Justice League. I always dreamt of a game like that where we fight the Justice League and all of them leading up to, of course, I'm pretty sure the main bad guy is not only just Brainiac, it's going to be Superman. Superman is going to be an interesting fight for the Suicide Squad to see.
Yep.
One thing I definitely agree with, like some people were saying, is this is kind of a side note, but though I like the concept, I personally am kind of getting tired of the evil Superman angle they keep doing lately.
It does happen a lot. Yeah.
And it's like, it's just very common. There's nothing wrong with it sometimes, but it's just like, it's very what's the word?
Out?
Well, yeah, played out. Like, okay, how many times are we gonna see Superman go rogue? How many times are we gonna see this?
Injustice, Trigon, Brainiac. Yeah, it happens.
All the other, and that's not even counting the analogy Superman, like Homelander or Omni-Man and all that kind of stuff.
Think.
But yeah, but anyway, but that's just a side gripe for me. I wouldn't say it's a big one, but either way, I still like that. But then, of course, what Zephy said, there's no gameplay. We're just getting trailers. I definitely want to see more what the game actually looks like and what it's going to be like, instead of, getting these awesome, cool trailers. But yeah, I definitely want to see some gameplay.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Well, speaking of like large evil men, we also got, I'd say, in terms of what we saw, the most teased out thing, the one we saw probably the least of outside of Aquaman 2 was probably the look at Black Adam we got, which is one of the hottest IPs that people are talking about nowadays. The Rock, the now rapper, The Rock. We stay humble, we stay focused. If Protein could rap, that's what it would sound like. The now rapper, The Rock. We got to look at Black Adam, and it looks great. He looks great. The suit looks awesome. We're doing this other thing though that I feel like we're kind of falling into with DC superhero movies, where they're trying to introduce a lot of people in a short amount of time. We got Atom Smasher. We got like those three other like superhero archetype, like kind of like C tier like superheroes from DC, and then we get a little bit of flash of The Rock just disintegrating someone. So what did you guys think of what we saw? Do we like the suit? Are we hyped for it? Like in terms of like things that we want to see out of DC, where is Black Adam for you guys?
I will have to agree with our friend Juju, and I will say that is going to be the box office hit from Fandome. I think Black Adam is going to be the box office hit, because just from the trailer, I was in my reaction. I was like, "Please be R-rated. Like, please show me something." And he literally yanked someone into oblivion with his lightning, and I was like, "Oh, they're going in on Black Adam." Like, so, and I've been like preaching Black Adam for what feels like a long time. Like my first few videos on social media were literally talking about like, look. Once they bring Black Adam into the picture, people are gonna have to step up, because this guy can take on Shazam and Superman at the same time. So I'm like, bro, this is big, and the fact that they put the biggest Hollywood actor on it, so I'm excited. I am also a little bit hesitant because so what I'm getting, right? I don't know if you guys feel the same. I feel like they're also using Dwayne Johnson to push like something with Superman, because they're teasing their fight like it's been all. I mean, he's talking trash about Superman on Twitter. He's publicly been pushing for Henry Cavill to renew his contract with WB. So like, I think they're making it like this freight train collision, while in the middle of introducing really, really cool versions of different characters. We're getting Shazam. We're getting the Matt Reeves Batman. We don't know what's happening with, we're getting 2 Batman in the Flash, which we'll cover later. Like, I feel like they're introducing so many different things from so many iconic comic book series, like Flashpoint, New 52. Like I feel like they're putting a lot on their plate, and it's getting a little bit saturated, if not in the MCU type of way, but in like, whoa, hold on there, like give it some time, like maybe tease him a little bit more, maybe hold off until Shazam is like at full power. I don't know about you, like, what do you guys think?
Zeph, I'd love to hear your opinion on this, because I have some thoughts on it, but I'd love to hear yours first.
I think the trailer looked great. You know, Black Adam looks like Black Adam, absolutely menacing. You know, Black Adam has always had this presence. So when he comes on the comic panel, it's like, okay, shit about to get, serious. Okay. Like, it's go time now. But like Jose said, I do have some concerns. Like, one, I hope they don't make this another one of those Rock roles where like, you know what I'm talking about?
Like he just makes dad jokes the whole time.
No, go ahead. Zephy, go ahead.
Not just dad jokes the whole time, but like he's just this good looking, overpowered dude that just how would I put it?
How do you get Black Adam if he's not overpowered?
Like, you know how Rock is and how the Rock is in most of his movies and whatnot. Yeah. He's always usually just like exactly. Absolutely freaking invincible. Like he can do no wrong. Things always just go his way. And it's just like okay, like I get it. It's an action, it's a campy action movie. Go crazy. But this is it's
Fast and Furious.
Exactly.
Yeah. He breaks an arm cast with a broken arm that takes a minigun and shoots down a helicopter. That's what you're not asking for that?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So it's just when but when you have a beloved character like Black Adam now, and it's just like, and him saying, the power of hierarchy is about to change.
Yeah.
Like, it gets me a little worried, because it's like, yes, don't get me wrong, Black Adam is a powerhouse now, but let's not act like Superman can't run the ones with him, or even other characters like Martian Manhunter or Shazam. Like I get, like I feel like they're gonna make. It just seems like they may be making him like a little, like I guess for the first time in history, one of the more
menacing
OP characters.
Yeah.
And the thing, I'm not sure how I trying to construct my thoughts properly.
Oh no, I definitely agree with you, Zephy, with that. I definitely like, because what you're trying to say is like, The Rock plays kind of like Will Smith to a point. Like he kind of plays the same person in a way. Like he's always strong, very charismatic, very full of himself. The character's always, like you said, within Fast and Furious. I mean, look at Moana. Like he's very charismatic. He's full of himself. He's playing the same person. I won't be surprised if freaking Black Adam does an eyebrow thing like he always does. I will not be surprised if I swear to God, if Black Adam does the freaking eyebrow thing in the movie, I'm gonna be like, yep. Yep, I expect that. Not surprised.
I'm in the exact opposite camp. I fucking love The Rock, and I love how he plays the same person in every movie. And if it was the Rockified Black Adam, I would there's like I would like the comic part of me would die a little bit, but like I would just like because here's like Fast and Furious, some of my favorite movies out there. I'm an idiot. Okay, that's what I'm gonna boil it down to. I'm a dumb person, and so like watching The Rock just be like this like actual mountain of a man, and just like being like a WWE heel essentially, like that puts a smile on my like I'm like Thanos. I was like, it's like this puts a smile on my face. And so, like, yes, I absolutely understand where you're coming, but like, if at the end of the day, I mean, Black Adam is Shazam's #1 villain, and Shazam has 1v1 Superman before, and he's a 14-year-old boy who hasn't had access to his powers for very long. So, I mean, he is that guy. I mean, he's that guy. But I can see exactly where we're coming from. But since we are talking Shazam, unless Mizu, there's something you wanted to say?
One last thing I was going to say that one other thing that I say that I'm hesitant about is that granted you can label Black Adam more of an anti-hero, like or at least that you can say in a more like you can say more of a Black Panther kind of way, like oh he's doing stuff for his country or whatever he's defending. He doesn't really care about the rest of the world too much. And my only problem is that I don't want to see too much of Black Adam being a hero. And I feel like because of kind of with the Will Smith, and you can make the same argument with The Rock, is that 9 times out of 10, he's always playing someone who is heroic. Who is heroic, someone you can like be behind all the time. Even when they're playing people who are supposed to be morally gray, they end up being very heroic. So my only issue possibly would be if they make Black Adam like a very like heroic character. Like, no, I need to see a gritty Black Adam. I need to see the one like who doesn't care about anybody except for, you know, his kingdom and what he's fighting for. I don't want to see him being super heroic. I want to see a evilish or like kind of demented like Dwayne Johnson. Like I want to see that.
That would be cool. It's like the ending of I Am Legend with Will Smith, since we're using him as an analog. Like instead of Will Smith like following the movie end or the book ending and realizing that he is now the scourge to the new generation of people, he just goes out with a grenade and gets the cure off. And it's like, oh, Will Smith, the god, you know, he does all the right things. But in the book way, he's actually supposed to, you know, let them kill him and like let the next wave of humanity take over, essentially. But yeah, I'm there with you. Like I am definitely conflicted. But since we are talking Shazam, I honestly think this is probably the most slept on out of all the trailers and out of all the movies that we're getting out of DC right now. Shazam is one of the better critically receptive movies out of DC's dark period. It was that and Aquaman and like Wonder Woman were kind of carrying it for a while. Shazam 2, Fury of the Gods.
Very exciting.
It looks like a lot of fun. It looks like it's one of the movies. It's one of the movies that I think Shazam is directing towards younger like audiences, younger generations. Because you know we have this. It's like the 7 Shazams. They're all like mid-teens. I mean, they're all like 24, but they're playing like mid-teens. And it looks like there's going to be a little bit of like campy romance, like things like that. But at the end of the day, I think the #1 thing we can be excited about is the 2 bad guys coming in here. We're getting fucking Lucy Liu and Helen Mirren. Those are like the fact, like putting those 2 people in the same movie, bonkers, making them play badass female goddesses. Like what more could you ask for? Like Helen Mirren is an actual like stalwart of acting, and so is Lucy Liu. Like if what are you guys stoked for coming out of Shazam? It's that, right? It's got to be.
Oh yeah. I feel like the like having Calypso and Hespera like portrayed by these 2 giants of acting is ridiculously what's it called? It gives me hope. Uplifting. It's uplifting because you know you're gonna get a good performance, right? It's not gonna be like regardless of what they give them in the page. I know you can get like super technical, but they're gonna give you a good performance as villains. So and we've seen already Helen Mirren adopt like the action franchise with Red. Like she's already gone full steam.
Don't you dare forget what else she got action in.
I'm not gonna say Fast and Furious.
You better acknowledge it.
Gonna say Fast.
He is Jason Statham's mother in Fast and Furious.
Fine. Yes.
Do not skip that role.
I was gonna avoid it, but yeah, I love the 2 villains. I for one, I'm really glad that they're going the like super kid comedic side with Shazam. Because it like I don't like sometimes when you're thinking about it like comics wise, yes, like Shazam is a 14-year-old boy, yes, but at the same time like he has the wisdom of I forgot which of the gods. Yeah, Solomon. So like he is very smart. He is like morally like super sound. Zachary Levi's is kind of like just goofing around. It's like, bro, I just got superpowers. Like, what do you expect me to do? I got my friends. Yeah. I'm fighting these people. I'm like, shit, let's go play video games afterwards and let's go drink beer. Like I like this take on Shazam. I don't know how they're gonna pit Zachary Levi against The Rock's Black Adam. Like in a couple years. I'd love to hear your opinions.
That would be suicide if they made him do that right now.
Actually, yeah, no, especially considering he's brand new to it. Yeah, and how powerful they're gonna make The Rock's iteration of Black Adam. What about you, Visa? What'd you think on it? Are you excited?
Oh, I'm definitely excited. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was already sold. As soon as I saw Lucy Liu, I was like, "Oh yeah, this is gonna be amazing." Because she is a bad guy. Because I mean, she already killed it. First of all, she already killed it as well in the Star Wars Visions. Oh. She was in the first episode, The Duel, and I was like, and when I heard that was Lucy Liu, I said, "Makes sense." And now she's playing another villain. Now she's playing a goddess. Yeah, that alone just sold me on the whole concept, and I like how they're getting kind of young and power versions of the characters. You're going to see all the young actors play their original kid versions, then we see them Shazam up and turn into their hero versions. So I like the acting capabilities, what they're doing with that, because now these grown people have to act like children with these superpowers.
Yep. It's the saying, with great power comes great responsibility. I mean, Zeph, I mean, we never talked Star Wars Visions. Did you ever end up watching it?
Oh no, I have not seen it yet.
Oh, you're insane.
I've not seen it yet. It's been a busy last few weeks, bro. I have not seen it yet.
Okay. Well, then, so you haven't seen Lucy Liu's most recent role, but you got to be excited for this, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. Star Wars and anime, like, dude, that's one of my favorite things together. I don't know why I've been putting it off so long. I've just been busy, but
hasn't seen Mugen Train, hasn't seen Vision. What have you been doing? Rewatching 80s movies?
Yes.
He's like, I just got Ferris Bueller on loop.
But got Ferris Bueller on loop, and what's that one movie with I know, forget it. Anyway,
there's plenty of them.
It's worth it though. It's worth it though. Like, you should definitely like try it at some time. But like with this one, okay, 1 to 10, what would you give it, Zephy? Like hype.
Or for Shazam?
For Fury of the Gods, yeah.
Fury of the Gods? Oh, I'm at I'd say at a 8 or 9.
Okay, bet.
8 or 9. Like, say I'm in the same boat as Mizu. As soon as I saw Lucy Liu, I'm sold.
That's me.
I got my tickets.
Yeah.
As soon as tickets drop, I got them. I'm there. I'm a big fan of her work. So
that's the thing. Like, there's not a lot of actors and actresses nowadays that put asses in seats. And I feel like DC snagged a lot of them. Like, if I'm going to see a movie, like The Rock will get me to go see a movie. Like Lucy Liu will get me to, Ben Affleck will get me to go see a movie. Henry Cavill will get me to go see a movie. Like, there's not a lot of them that, like, John Cena will get me to go to a movie. Like, there's not a lot of Cena. Bro, if you're a WWE star, I will go. You are my childhood attitude era. I will be there. But so that being said, since we're talking about John Cena and the Attitude Era, we also got a trailer, and I'm gonna say it was probably the weirdest, and not like weird in a bad way, but like least expected in terms of the directionality of it. The Peacemaker show. John Cena, we know him, we love him from Suicide Squad. Great character, incredible movie. Someone in my Twitch chat the other day said they like the first one more than like the second one, and I was like, that is the most banana take I've ever heard in my. I was so thrown off.
Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Some opinions are wrong, but it's whatever.
Yeah, I was. What about Zephy? Do you like the second Suicide Squad? Right?
Oh, I love the second. I love the second one. It is leagues better than the first one.
I was like, it's R-rated.
Exactly. It didn't take itself too serious. The first one, it was trying to. I don't know what that was trying to be, but I couldn't get down with the first one. Between
Warner Brothers.
Enchantress
Higher.
like hula hooping. I couldn't take her seriously. When she's trying to be menacing and she out here like crumping and shit. Like I can't.
Jason Tatum and step upping, just like fucking trying to get people to back down with the power of dance. Oh,
exactly.
Awful.
And the fact that Starro was the villain, I was like, I don't know how that's gonna work, but it worked. I mean, they James Gunn did his thing.
Yep.
And I think the way that just the way the whole movie was set up, it knew what it was.
Yes.
And it did what it did. It just did what it needed to do for me, man. I think
it was so much fun. Like making Starro a sympathetic villain in the end, being like, I was happy gazing at stars in space, and you're like, oh shit, I feel for a sentient blob. Like I feel for like someone who just
Star.
Yeah, literally Patrick Star on steroids. So like I said, we got Peacemaker out of that movie. He's not dead. He wakes up in a hospital. And it looks like we're getting like, did you guys ever watch the HBO show? What was it? Not Billy. The guy from SNL is an assassin.
I know you're talking about.
Yeah. It's like Bob or Billy or something. It's like some B name. It's incredible. It's really good. It looks like it's almost going to be about that. It's going to be like Peacemaker. It's going to be like Peacemaker trying to change, trying to like confront his past, but also like kind of silly, like the whole scene with like a bald eagle hugging him and like kind of bad CGI. Like I feel like this is going to be the most like conflicting in terms of opinions. Like, what did you guys think? What do you think we're going to see out of it?
To be real with you, I don't know.
Yeah, right.
I'm kind of my
it's
mind's
like a mystery flavor dum-dum. You're like, I don't know what flavor this is.
Exactly. It's just I don't know what like. I'll watch it. I loved him in Suicide Squad. He's got a show now, so I mean, it's not like I'm not gonna go see it, but it's just like I don't know what to exactly make of it. It's just,
I don't know. I feel like for me, like I liked his humor in the Suicide Squad, right? And I love the fact that he kind of is very unaware or socially awkward in the sense that like he's talking about shit that is hilarious to us, but to the people in the room it's just like you are so messed up, bro. Like you need help. So like I love the fact that he's going to be like leading a team. We get Vigilante. I forget who the other superhero is there. He's basically leading a team of people now. So I like that aspect of them trying to redeem him or whatever. Because he did like become a bad guy at the end of Suicide Squad. Spoiler alert. But the
in like 4 months, I think people will be okay.
True. But I do feel like this will be a lukewarm show in terms of like reception. People are gonna be like, I hated this. Why did we get this? And then people are gonna be like, oh my god, I loved it. So
that's what I was thinking. I think it's gonna be polarizing. I think people are either gonna be like, this is like it's gonna be one of those things where like the critical reception is like 89%, like Rotten Tomatoes, and then the user guide is like 48%, something like that. Because like half of the people are gonna be like, this is fucking stupid, and the other half is like, because you don't understand how deep it is, something like that. But yeah, like Zeph Music, what do you guys think about it?
I definitely would say that I am more hyped for it now. But when I first heard about it, I was just like, this seems kind of unnecessary. I don't think we need a show for this character, but he's great. Yeah. But when I saw the trailer, I'm actually more hype about it than I was with the original concept of it. I like what the direction they're going. Him having this little team of all these, like when that one dude who was dressed up in all black and stuff gave me like kind of Deadpool vibes, but without the powers and stuff like that.
Yeah, he even sounded like Ryan Reynolds.
He does sound like Ryan Reynolds, and other like who was it? That one black woman who seems like an intern who's getting involved in this. Like I think it seems very interesting, and I would definitely watch it. But I definitely agree with Nick that it's going to be possibly a polarizing show. Like some people are gonna like it, some people are not. Or who knows? Like, here's the thing. I have one where the only one thing I would say that is interesting is the fact that they already confirmed the show before we even saw the movie. Because think about it.
Yeah.
After it was already alluded to at the end of the movie that he was alive. Therefore, they were going to do the show. So I feel like they knew that we were going to like Peacemaker. So granted, I'm not putting too much of my faith in them, but it seems like they're like, oh yeah, y'all like this character, and I feel like they think that we're going to possibly like this show.
Yeah, Zeph. So Zeph, what do you see them making out of this show? You know, like, what do you think they're going to try and make it more serious about his transformation from being this, like, you know, essentially insane person to like a human, or do you think it's just going to be like campy, like kind of funny, like John Cena murders people?
I think it's going to be a little bit of both, actually, because if actually, yeah, it's going to be a little bit of both. Because Peacemaker, just from what I've seen, because I don't know much about Peacemaker except from like the movies and whatnot. So what I've seen from the movies, he's his character that has these like really messed up, like, you know, American like ideals and whatnot.
Yeah.
And so maybe, you know, as he goes throughout the show, there's things that challenge that, and, you know, that challenges like his code and his morals and whatnot. And so that could bring up a lot of, you know, discussion. And, you know, I think that could really get a conversation going, along with, you know, him being, you know, campy and John Cena just killing stuff. So it's kind of like I think it may be like a parody take on like how like these how patriotic and what I'm doing like how like these patriotic characters that, you know, they think they're doing the right thing and really, you know, they're not the good people that they think they are. Yeah. Something along those lines. Like I'm trying to compare it to like a show I've seen before.
I would say if the show could do something correctly, it would be learn something from Falcon and the Winter Soldier. You know, or Falcon Captain America and the Winter Soldier now. But I would say, like, if you're going to talk about, you know, like blind allegiance to a cause and then questioning that, and then coming into a role that like is different from where you started, but also it has some semblance to where you began. I'd say there's no better place to learn than that show that managed to bring up very important conversations under the guise of humor, under the guise, you know, of you know, superhero dumb. And I think you have that opportunity with Peacemaker, which is awesome. Do you guys think it's the power of John Cena? You think it was that people thought it was gonna be like, everyone's like, oh, he's gonna be so, like, everyone loves Peacemaker, or you think it was just that, like, we got John Cena, let's rope him into as much content as we possibly can?
I think maybe at first it may have been John Cena, but then I think after the Suicide Squad movie, and after people seeing how funny and cool Peacemaker is as a character and how much people enjoyed him, I think they were like, okay, yeah, that's. And then it became that. I think maybe at first it may have been that thing, but I mean, that's just my opinion.
I definitely agree with that, because even then, I'm not gonna lie, John Cena won't be enough, because John Cena has been a part of a bunch of projects, and yet have you heard about half of them? Not really. So
Marine, baby.
Yeah, exactly. There's some this man's done some movies and some side like TV shows, but they never really got off the ground because just him alone. Granted, he's a fantastic human being, but that's not enough. So I think it's a combination mostly of him playing this role that really pushed it in, and not just him.
I just like, because I know like, for example, John Cena's like larger than life and superhuman, and this show might be this show is going to be controversial, right? And speaking of controversy, I just wanted to get your opinions, right? Because we had another. It wasn't a big it's not a big announcement. It was very small moment, but the internet blew up and people literally destroyed my comment section. They officially changed Superman's motto, and people are going batshit crazy. Yeah, man. They've officially changed Superman's motto to be fighting for truth, justice, and a better tomorrow, which I thought was like really cool, because they're they're changing something that's been decades old, but now literally like everybody's just like, are we just commies now? Like they literally
you're gonna have to remind me.
My comment section, bro. It was Truth, Justice, and the American Way. No, it was Truth, Justice, and the American Way. And now, like, people in my comments were putting some very nasty tweets out and comments, even like relating to like Wonder Woman and why like they should never make another Wonder Woman movie again. And I was like, bro, how can DC fans like be so hyped and at the same time be so toxic at the same time? And
here's the thing, I wouldn't even go so far just to say DC fans, because I mean, speaking of, because it's not even just them. Because since the announcement of, you know, Superman's son, you know, being bisexual, there were so many non-DC fans who came in and just like, oh, you guys are. First of all, they didn't even know it was Superman's son that they were talking about. They really thought they were talking about freaking Clark Kent Kal-El like this entire time when they didn't realize that. And I feel like it's the same boat with that. First of all, one, this man renounced his American citizenship, like Superman-wise, not Clark Kent, but like Superman announced his American citizenship like way back. I don't know what year it was, but like he said that he is now the world's protector. He's the world's citizen. So this shouldn't be surprising that they changed his motto to what was it again? The newest
fighting motto? For truth, justice, and a better tomorrow.
And that makes so much sense for his character.
It's so in line.
Yeah.
The thing is, he's supposed to represent Jesus. He's supposed to represent Muhammad. He's supposed to be this prophetical, like, God character of the DC universe. And the thing is, yes, he was born in Kansas. And yes, he was raised in Kansas. And yes, he's a good old wheat fed, corn fed, like, Kansas knight. But like at the end of the day, like, there's entire storylines about him being from Russia. There's like the red soldier. The Red Sun. Like the thing is, like, you play with these things. He's not from Earth. He's not a human. He's not. Just because his ship landed in Kansas doesn't mean he has to like stick to America. Like he's not like it was like, oh, was Jesus only meant to save Israelites? Like no, like he wasn't going to be confined by territorial lines. Like he's literally supposed to be everywhere. The fact that he wasn't was ridiculous.
Exactly. And I feel like the especially with Superman, he also realizes that, I have these insane powers. I have the ability to hear every person's voice on planet Earth. And more than that, why would I confine myself to one country?
Yeah.
And protect one country.
And it's like Superman's character, the whole point around his character is supposed to be, you're supposed to show how humanity can be just as great as you are. You're supposed to drive humanity, keyword humanity, to be better, not just Americans. And if we think about the American way, what is the American way right now? You know, Black people getting shot in the street, you know, taking kids from them, separating kids from their mothers and locking them up in cages, you know, not wearing, not getting vaccinated, putting people in danger.
When we have an access of them, and other countries don't have access, and we're like, please, just fucking take them.
Exactly. Yeah. So what exactly is the American way? Is it really worth fighting for now? Like, exactly. So.
And plus,
so let him go save a fucking Norwegian kid, for God's sake. Like, come on.
And plus, ask yourself this question too when you bring up all those points. Like, if Superman was here today, do you really think that he would just be okay with these things being done? Like, no, he's a very open-minded, like what's the word?
World focused,
globalist kind of person.
Global citizen,
yeah. What were you gonna say, Jose? You look like you were stanced.
No. I was just helping, like, just telling Mizu, like, he's a global citizen. I just wanted to get your opinions because that one kind of shook me a little bit. Because like it happened right before they announced that Patty Jenkins is working on Wonder Woman 3. And like both things like stirred a lot of controversy because being like, oh my God, the second one sucked, and like we're like, bro,
okay, and the first one was amazing.
The first one was dope, and I'm like, fuck, like just give it a chance for another perspective, man. Like I hate the fact that people are close to change. Change is not always scary, so that's how I got.
No,
that sounds like you had an insight on your comments because I love how he went from Superman to Wonder Woman. I don't know. He said, "We're talking about Superman here. This is why I hate Wonder Woman." Like, sir,
it was bad, bro.
It was self-reflection because we're not talking about her right now.
It was sad, man.
She was on your brain the whole time. You wanted the conversation to go here.
No, but it's because like it's sad. Like I feel like it's sad, and I mostly wanted to bring it up because it is. We are essentially what I think like another golden age of comics, right? Like they're all over the media, right? They're getting like blockbuster adaptations, shows, movies. We still have to talk about like the one that I'm most excited for, which is The Flash. But like these people, these characters are symbols, and they apply across race, they apply across religion. I'm friends with people that I don't agree with on like a political spectrum or like a human spectrum, and like we love the same characters. And I'm like, it's literally a point where we can like come together as just people and connect, right? And when like arguably two of the biggest examples of like what a superhero should be, both for a female and a male, have something different pop up into their storyline that maybe is a little bit more progressive or adds like even brings more people together, is just being like, oh my god, no, you're taking my favorite character and you're ruining him. What do you mean ruining him? You want to just go back to Linda Carter and like campy Wonder Woman like from the 70s? No, like it has to be something new from a different perspective, a female director that already killed it in the first movie. Like the second one was not as good or like well received.
It was bad. It was arguably bad.
But it wasn't great, but at the same time, like every movie has like duds. Like every franchise has bro. How many Terminators are we gonna get? How many Terminators are we gonna get just for the first two to be good? I'm like, bro, just give it a chance. And with Superman, I'm actually surprised. I don't know about you guys, but I'm actually surprised they went for the full, okay, his son is turning out to be bisexual. It's like, I'm surprised that you're taking like something as big as Superman and bringing it like to that spectrum, because like we've known that Superman is meant to push an agenda. At one point, it was like a war propaganda agenda. Like he literally fought Hitler. Like
you're thinking Captain America.
No, they both
Superman clapped Hitler, bro.
They had Superman 2 stickers on World War II planes.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, I don't remember. I don't remember that. That must have been. I do not remember that, but that's awesome.
Yeah, like so I feel like I was surprised, and I just wanted to bring it forth because it was something of note in a world where everything is polarizing. We can find something to band together on, even if it is fictional characters. And I just got really disheartened when I saw my comment section.
I think that speaks a lot about the current state of some comic book fans right now.
Oh yeah.
And I think one thing that is for certain, comic book fans, not everyone, but a number of people hate change.
Oh yeah.
Just in general, whether you change well, not really. I want to say change their sexuality, but not whether they make them a certain way or you change something about their story or whatnot. They just hate it. They want to stay confined in this little bubble of what stories that they could possibly tell. They don't want new things and whatnot. And it's just those people, they aren't the majority of people, but they're a loud minority. They're a loud minority.
Very loud, yes.
And very, very annoying. But
the thing is, like comic books, like most of these, like Superman's 80 years old, like Superboy's 40 years old, Batman's 80 years old. Like, if we didn't see any change in these stories, what you want to read the same story for 80 years? Like, wait until here's the real kicker. You're upset about Superboy being bisexual. He has 2 fathers. What are you upset about? Lex Luthor and Superman are his fathers. So take a step back, like relax and chill. Like, it's not the end of the world. Like, there's gonna be change in your stories. Otherwise, like, the story won't move on. Fucking Kurama died in Naruto, and people are tight about it. And it's like, what do you want? Do you want Naruto to be the most OP character out there for the rest of eternity and just like beat every bad guy up? Like, no, there's got to
say he's not
good. What do you say, Dwight? I was just about to say, what do you think? DBZ is kind of ass now. Like,
yeah, it's just it's literally, that's exactly it. Dragon Ball is the snake eating its own tail. It's literally just new bad guy. Goku gets an upgrade. He beats the bad guy. Vegeta fights him first, loses. Goku beats the bad guy. And hey, if the bad guy's extra bad, Vegeta and Goku do this, and they do a little fusion, and then Gogeta or Vegeta comes out, and that's the end of it. Like, it's the same. It's been the same story for 500 episodes. It's just like, you need change. And that's what this represents. And I think it's important, because if Superman existed in the real world, he wouldn't fucking give a shit if you were in Cuba or Florida.
I think that's why I love legacy characters. Characters like Jonathan Kent, Miles Morales, all these new Captain Americas that are coming out now. It's just they're supposed to give a brand new fresh air to these characters, and also plant these characters in the time they're in. Being white and straight. Okay, that was back when nobody could do shit unless you were a white straight
cis
person.
Male, yeah,
exactly, white cis male. Okay, now we're today a lot more progressive, a lot more accepting of things. It's just this might be a little bit of a controversial statement, but I think legacy characters, I think legacy characters are what's saving comics right now.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Bro, Superman's not moving. We're like, well, Superman is always gonna like sell comics, but like that's not what's moving people to the masses right now. Like look at the Superman movies and how they're performing. People didn't like Man of Steel. People they're not moving to it. Well, people are moving to it. People are moving to Black Panther. People are moving to Shang-Chi, Aquaman. People like the change because it. Like, here's the thing, it looks like you. No one looks like Henry Cavill. No one looks like Superman is supposed to look. Like, there's people out there that now look like us, that represent us. I'm still waiting on the short Jewish hero, but like my representation day will come. I swear to God. But you're absolutely right, dude. Legacy heroes are what's moving people.
I agree. And speaking of legacy heroes, or just very, very important characters moving forward, I think we're saving the big boys for last.
Well, I was gonna say before we do Flash, we should probably cover Aquaman too.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Flash. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say we got Aquaman twofold, right? So let's cover the movie first. So we got our first behind the scenes look at James Wan's Aquaman 2. I am very, very, very hyped. I did not expect to have this good of a Manta suit.
Yep.
The Manta suit looks amazing.
It looks so good.
Oh,
so Manta looks so dope.
Oh my God, dude. And like I'm very hyped because like I forget his first name, Abdul Mateen. Let me just Google him right now.
Candyman, right?
Yeah, Abdul Mateen, bro. He's going through like he's Renaissance man. He's on his what's it called? Jamie Foxx mode, bro. He did Candyman. He just did, he's just gonna be Morpheus in December in the Matrix, bro. So like he's gonna be Manta. The suit looks good. I feel like they're taking this in a good direction as well. Again, controversy with Amber Heard, but that's a whole separate story that could last for hours. I wanted to get your guys' opinions. Are you hyped for Aquaman now? What are you expecting, and what do you think is gonna be like the official outcome for the movie?
Boy, of all the ones we saw, it is the one I'm absolutely the least hyped for. Not to say I am not hyped for it. I am. I will watch it, and I will probably enjoy it. I love Jason Momoa. Black Manta is one of my favorite characters of all time because he's just a fucking badass. Like he does not pull his punches ever. Also, if you want to get triggered about some things, Aqualad is gay. But outside of that, no, I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. What is his name? The dude who is in all of the Conjuring movies, Patrick Wilson. He did a great job as Amir. So I am excited to see with it. I think they're gonna be doing a bit. Like Jason Momoa was referencing that they're going to be talking a bit more environmental impact, those kinds of things. And I think that's a very important thing for just for Aquaman to be talking about, because, at the end of the day, like it is about the ocean, and so I think that'll be a cool undertone to it. James Wan already came out and said it was going to be a bit more mature take on Aquaman, which is cool, I guess. But the thing is, Aquaman is just, he's such a campy character, I'm not like upset in the direction they've taken it with Jason Momoa at all. He looks fantastic. And let's fucking be real. If Aquaman was gonna be someone, he'd be Samoan. But like, it's just Aquaman has always just been such a campy character to me. Not in the animated movies like Flashpoint and all that. And we'll talk about Flashpoint. Like he's obviously a badass there, but it's definitely, I'm having trouble getting up for it. But if I see like an actual trailer for it, because like this is just a teaser, some behind the scenes stuff, that could change in a heartbeat. But I'm having trouble getting up for
it. Actually, for me, I'm definitely hyped for it a lot more than I was before. I definitely love the look of Black Manta. Again, like one of my top favorite DC villains, very underrated.
Oh yeah.
Not gonna lie, side note, I am still kind of surprised that they actually kept him black, because there were plenty of times where they could have, because people never see what he looked like under the helmet for a long time. They could have done it. They could have been like, we're gonna make him a white man. We're gonna make him a white man. Nobody would even know about it. But they kept him black. So I was actually low-key surprised by that, especially from Warner Brothers. But
yeah, they were like, hey, it's the suit that's black. All right, come on, like
exactly.
That's why he's Black Manta.
But I definitely love how he looks. It definitely gives like what he looks like in the comic books.
Yeah.
The only thing is, I will say that I do like the environmental direction that they're going, but it does make me ask a question of, is this going to be like a metaphorical villain? Like in a sense of there's no real villain. Maybe it's just maybe humanity is the villain or something like that. Or is there actually going to be a villain? Like my question is, who's the villain of this? Because Ocean Master, his brother is now part of the gang. So like, yeah, who, besides like, of course, with Black Manta, but like, with that being said, like what is Black Manta doing? What is his goal in this? Because is it still revenge? Is it, I don't know. I'm just kind of confused on Black Manta's place in this.
It's usually just taking over. What is it? Where's Aquaman from?
Atlantis.
Yeah, it's usually his thing. He's like,
I
want to run Atlantis.
But wouldn't that have been Ocean? But didn't Ocean Master do that in the last film?
Yeah.
He was like, it's my rightful throne, so I should have it.
I don't know. I'm just kind of confused on what Black Manta's role is in this, because he definitely played a side character in the original, and I feel like he's given a bigger role, but like, I don't know. I'm just kind of confused just a little bit on what they're gonna do with Black Manta.
What about you, Zeph? What do you think? What do you think they're gonna do with Black Manta?
I absolutely have no clue at all.
No,
I haven't read too many Aquaman stories. I always rummage through my brain on what they could possibly do. I have no clue. It's not like they haven't released a whole lot of stuff on it yet. And if there's news about it, I haven't read much of it. I'm excited for it because I enjoyed the first Aquaman. Although it gets me a little bit worried when you say they're going to take it a little more serious, because it's just like I kind of love how unserious the first one was.
Yeah.
And how it was almost kind of like I don't know. It's a comic, like one of the very first comic book movies that really didn't take itself too serious. Like it's an Aquaman movie. Like,
yeah,
it's a dude underwater from Atlantis, like
who can talk to fish.
Who can talk to fish?
Yeah,
you can only make it so serious. So I'm just kind of like, I'm not sure how serious they're gonna make that. I just hope they, don't take too much away from what they did in the first one. Like, obviously, I'd love to see new things, and for them to go in a new direction and whatnot. But I just hope they don't. That's one of the things I liked so much about the first one, though. As far as Black Manta, looks absolutely amazing. I'd even go on record to say probably the most comic accurate suit ever.
Yeah.
Like
it's a hard costume too, because the head is so ridiculous.
Right.
Yes.
Right. It just looks so good.
It's tactical though. It's tactical.
Yeah, it is
tactical. He can't fit through doors.
But he's got a laser to blow the fuck out that door.
Yeah, that's very
fair. Plus, he's in an open ocean. He doesn't necessarily need to be in an open space. Then again, he's also like a submarine. So I don't know. Don't question Black Manta. He has
God damn it, let him have it.
I'm also kind of in the same boat like Mizu is. Just like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Like, I saw Aquaman like this this really cool
that black suit.
Yeah, that black Aquaman suit. I'm like, okay, that's cool. Can we get a plot? Just
loving the aesthetic of it all, but would love a story.
Exactly. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm asking for. Just some updates, something.
But they apparently, so it was Jason Momoa's first production day was July 17th. So we're only talking, they've been on set, 3 months?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So to have a trailer cut in that amount of time, I mean, they're probably, we're months out from that.
Okay.
So, I mean, they're probably still shooting it, honestly. It looks like they were shooting, he said Aloha, so I'm assuming they're shooting it in Hawaii.
Yep.
But yeah, I think we're probably months out from a trailer. I feel like we'd be remiss, though, if we didn't talk about the fact that Amber Heard is in the movie, though. We saw her in the trailer after a not so great look of, actually like having it like confirmed that she was abusing Johnny Depp in a relationship and then like blaming it on Johnny Depp, essentially. And a kind of a weird double standard situation where, we probably wouldn't have seen Johnny Depp in the movie if that had been the shoe on the other foot. How do you guys feel about it?
I'm just gonna say this right now, and I feel like that's going to be the biggest thing that's going to mess up this film, is that there are a lot of people, and I mean a lot of people, who are against this woman.
Yeah.
And we already been seeing petitions and stuff like that. And of course, they ignored it. And there's a lot of people on social media just like, okay, then if you don't take our petition seriously, then we're going to hit you in your pockets. We are not going to see this film. Yeah. And there are a lot of people who are really on the fence with her. And funny enough, so far, I haven't seen a lot of people talk about the Aquaman trailer or the teaser thing compared to everything else. Maybe because we got so much stuff, but it seems kind of evident that, and plus you can also see that in the actual trailer that they only did 2 shots of seeing her. But they never made her talk in the
no, it's just it was just a picture.
It was her punching like a window.
Exactly. And so that they know that there is the issue there. So I don't know. I think that's the one thing that might hurt this film. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, like putting her on the spot. Even my wife, who's involved in it, she's even said that she doesn't seem like she's gonna see this because of that situation.
Yeah.
I just think it's kind of funny, or I should say interesting, that WB has no qualms about letting an actor go after speaking about racism and being harassed on a set with multiple other actors confirming it and whatnot. But you just let this abuser just.
I'm sorry, I must have missed this story. What happened here?
Remember the whole Ray Fisher story?
The Cyborg?
Yeah, what happened to Cyborg? What happened to Cyborg and whatnot?
I must have missed this news cycle. What happened?
Basically, I think he came out and talked about all the harassment and him and his other fellow actors faced on set with Joss Whedon and whatnot. Him threatening to destroy their careers. He faced even little racism on set, and that he tried to get in touch. He tried to do it, try to resolve this issue through the proper channels. But everyone on DC, including like Jeff Johns and I think Walter Hamada, was trying to make him push it down, basically gaslight him into saying, "Oh, nothing's going on. It's fine. It's fine. Let's just get this movie.
Finish this movie."
Yeah, and whatnot. And basically,
so they fired the Cyborg actor, Ray Fisher.
Yeah, I think it was after months of campaigning of for some actual justice.
Yeah,
and whatnot. They had gotten rid of him and whatnot. And
wow.
So that's how So I just find it funny. WB will go about that situation that way, but then when it comes to holding this white woman accountable, y'all just apparently everyone's like, what? She did what?
Yeah.
No way. That's crazy. What were you saying? We have shoots in a half hour. The thing is, for me, it's a weird hill to die on for Warner Brothers. We are talking about a side character. We're not talking about Jason Momoa. We're not even talking about Ocean Master. We're not talking about Black Manta. We are talking about, she's important in Aquaman's story. Obviously, she's the strongest magic user in Atlantis. But we are talking about a side character. And if you were going to shoot yourself in the foot by having her in the movie, you could have slapped anyone else in there and nobody, just be like, hey, listen, they look different now. Marvel did it. Marvel changed from, they changed.
Terrence Howard, John Tito, the Don Cheadle.
Exactly. And everyone was like, you know what? Fine. That's okay. It's not and especially, and that was just over money contract, money things. And you think this is going to hit you in your pockets, keeping her in this movie. I think there's 2 sides of the coin here. I think if we're talking yes, she probably should be in this movie because that's not great. But at the same time, would we be more willing to give a second chance to a white man over a white woman? If it was Johnny Depp, would you be give him a second chance? Or would you be with Amber Heard? Would you be oh, she doesn't deserve a second chance? That's something you could talk about till the day's end. But I really think it's a weird hill for Warner Brothers to die on and be oh no, let's keep the side character in there, even though it might cost us millions of dollars. What about you, Jose?
It's tough, man. It's tough because the situation itself between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard has been going through the rounds for years at this point.
Yeah.
And obviously the audios coming out don't speak well for Amber Heard.
No.
But also, there's been a lot of dirt revealed about Johnny Depp as well. He's not the perfect human. In fact, he's made some very, very crude and not inappropriate
public
jokes.
Mistakes.
Yeah. No. And just very concerning jokes about killing her and doing stuff to the corpse. It's ridiculously polarizing just as a situation itself. It was not a good marriage, right? But that like, how does this affect us now, right? Are we going to let this derail a positive story, because it is talking about like climate change and stuff like that, and conservating the environment, conservationist efforts with the environment. So I would say that Warner Brothers needs to take a stand, right? When it has to be definitive, and like the biggest thing that I have, right, is not at the same league, but with what Disney did, not with Marvel, but because they've been very overt with their messaging with Marvel. I'm talking specifically about, for example, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, when they're like, this is exactly what the show's about. But what Disney did with, like, for example, their library, right, releasing all of the old movies, especially, for example, Song of the South, and they were like, all of these films reflect really negative and really archaic beliefs, but literally, like, pretending that they didn't happen is just a mistake. It's an error. We're bound to repeat our mistakes, right? So the fact that Disney, which is WB's biggest competitor on the comic side, has made declarations that are definitive and they show their stance, I think WB has to do the same, regardless of what the outcome is. Like, they have to be like, hey, we know Amber is going through a tough time, but if we feel like she's important to the story, and like, just decide that, or be like, you know what, we've heard your cries. We're recasting Mira. Like, just make a stand and deal with the consequences as they come, instead of tiptoeing around it, because tiptoeing around it will lead to this being a problem over and over and over until it is addressed. That's just my take on it. But speaking in more positive Aquaman news. Yeah. What are you gonna say?
Oh, I was gonna say, in the words of 21 Savage, pick a side or you're gonna die in the middle.
Big facts.
Yeah.
But speaking of something where we're not in the middle, because a lot of people seem to like it, we got another version of Aquaman, which is Adventure Time Aquaman. Aquaman King of Atlantis. It's a miniseries released on HBO Max. The first episode, I think, released 3 days ago. I have not had the chance to see it, but we did get a reminder to go see it again. It is...
Wait, this is out?
Yeah, the first episode is out on HBO Max.
Oh, shit.
Already? Oh.
Yeah. So the first episode is out. The next episode comes out on the 21st. I will be seeing it after we are done today. But from the art style, from the trailer, and getting just the style of show, like humor wise, the color, the art style, I am on board. What about you guys?
I'm gonna be honest, dude. I haven't seen anything about it.
Really?
This is my first hearing. Yeah, this is my first hearing about it. So I have no takes currently.
Imagine Adventure Time with Aquaman and like some funny actors behind it.
That sounds.
I'm sorry, my bad.
No, go ahead. That sounds incredible.
Yeah.
Zeph, if you've seen it, let me know.
I'm not feeling any sort of way about it. You know, I like it when they take superheroes and put them in these really, like, funny situations. Like, obviously it could be a hit or miss sometimes. Like, sometimes you got hits like Harley Quinn. Other misses are like MODOK. Then you got MODOK, which is a miss. So it's like, I'm excited to see it. If it's funny, it's funny. If it's not, it's not. I don't think it hurts.
Yeah.
DC either way. I'm not really feeling any sort of way about it, but I'll watch it when it comes out.
I got very Midnight Gospel vibes. That's what I mean, just from the art style. The Midnight Gospel is for those of you that don't know, is a cartoon show on Netflix that was really popular in 2020. It was more of like a meta commentary podcast style show with its own intricate story. But like I just felt that like something new to the DC animated universe would be nice, right? Because DC's known for that, and we can talk about Injustice later. But I feel like it's time, guys, to talk about the big one.
The big one.
The big one for me.
The big one.
Batman was the big one for me.
Hot take. I'm more excited about this than Batman.
You're insane. Oh my God. Okay.
I am excited about this.
You're excited because Batman's in it.
No. Well, okay. So for those of you that don't know, that needed to know, in my humble opinion, right, the big ticket draw from
your
fandom,
opinion is anything but humble.
Yes. No, but okay, fair. The Flash movie came out with a teaser, Ezra Miller was very clear. This is not a full trailer. This is just a teaser.
He also looked miserable.
He looked.
I think it was on purpose.
Yeah, I think.
You think so?
I think it was
Trying
on
to milk
purpose.
it. Trying to milk it, right? I think so.
Yeah,
I guess.
he said he was like, yeah, we ain't got much to show.
Yeah, he's like,
then they show that.
Mhm.
Yeah, the whole
Yeah,
trailer.
like, he literally opened it up like a high school, like, hello, I'm Ezra Miller. Like,
yeah, they were like, and you're live, and he was like, what the fuck? Okay, hi. But then he was like, more importantly, you'll be seeing me. And I was like, are you being held hostage?
Blink twice if you need help.
Blink twice, exactly.
Actually,
I absolutely loved the presentation for it because they were like playing it off as like, look, we just got a little bit for you, and then they gave us like 2 minutes, like a minute
full trailer,
full trailer, and I was like, bro,
Right.
what the fuck? This is awesome. So the Flash is coming. We already knew it. The Flashpoint paradox is beginning with Ezra Miller.
well, we don't know for sure it's Flashpoint.
Well,
I'm pretty
now we
sure
do.
it's Flashpoint.
It's gotta be. It's gotta be
Heavily
Flashpoint.
implied it's
Now we
Flashpoint, but we
do.
don't know for sure it's Flashpoint.
Fair. But they did bring they went into it from the jump. So main gist, right? We hear somebody speaking in the background, and I will die on a hill. That is definitely Michael Keaton's voice. That is not Ben Affleck. Jesus Christ! People saying that it's Ben Affleck. It's not Ben Affleck. It is Michael Keaton. So.
Well, Michael Keaton's already confirmed. Yeah, Michael Keaton's already
he
confirmed.
shows up
for the
like
role.
his cowl is there, like he's literal, like everything is there. But yeah, so we got the Flash. I wanted to get your opinions first of all before we dive into it. Are you excited? What was your favorite part of the trailer?
Honestly, I think the fact that like it is Michael Keaton being like, you can be in any timeline, you can be anywhere. Like, what are you doing here? And he's like, you changed the past. So like now can you change the future? I think my favorite part was like, hey, listen, like we are looking at a time change here. So most likely it's Flashpoint paradox. But outside of that, dude, how could you disagree with that? OG 80s, like thick rubber fucking cowl. Pointy as like actual horns on that cowl. Dude, seeing that was so dope. That was really, really cool. Cause like as like a Batman stand since I was a child, dude, that cowl meant so much to me as a kid. So seeing that was crazy. I feel like that's got to be it, right?
Honestly,
Definitely.
bro. Yeah, go, Mizu.
Definitely. I definitely like they're involving Michael Keaton's Batman. For a while for me was to me like the definitive Batman for me, or at least without counting the animated series. But I love the part where at the end we're pretty sure that he finds like the phallic Batmobile and about to pull the cloth off of it, and he's just about to freak out like, oh no way.
Shit. He
I
literally
like
it
my
up.
Batmobiles long, hard, and black. Okay. Okay. That's what call me Riley Reid of Batmobiles.
He really just said that.
You really
But,
said that. Okay, bet.
Hey, we don't specify an age group for this podcast. I'll say what I want.
Good Lord. But I do like I like the costume. The costume looks pretty cool, and I like how we can see like where it lights up when he's going super fast with the Speed Force.
Mhm.
And then one thing I would definitely say that is interesting, because I'm definitely playing on the whole, even if it's not Flashpoint, there's definitely something to do with time, because in that one scene we see like 2 Ezra Millers. So it's like,
and Supergirl.
Supergirl. So what's going on there?
Yep.
Oh fuck yeah! And one of the Ezra Miller's is bigger. In Flashpoint we don't have 2 Flashes. That never happened. I'm also surprised though, if it is Flashpoint, we didn't get no talk of the Reverse Flash anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It could be that instead of just Eobard Thawne, that could just be that second Barry could become the Reverse Flash, or that's some version of because Eobard's supposed to be, he's this big fan of the Flash in the future. So like maybe, I don't know, it goes as far as him changing his face or something. I don't know.
That's a possibility.
That's a possibility. I don't even know if it, obviously I think it's some version of Flashpoint. I don't think it's to the T. Whatnot.
People online were saying that the second Flash might be Jay Garrick. And I was like, what?
Like a young Jay Garrick?
Did Ezra Miller play Jay Garrick? Like, isn't it like, I mean, there's a multiverse, but like Jay Garrick and what? I don't
And
know about
Ezra
that
Miller in the same one. I
don't
wouldn't.
know.
Weird, because we never really see a young Jay Garrick. That's never really something we get. So that would definitely be interesting. I mean, Jose, you're the one who propped the question. So what excited you?
Dude, honestly, I've been very into this movie because of all the not leaks, but like comments from both the director and people online that were saying like Ben Affleck is almost officially also confirmed in this movie. So like we're not only getting 2 Flashes, we're getting 2 Batmen. Like that has never happened before, like in live action. So, and getting 2 of the biggest actors that have played Batman before. And like even some people were speculating, oh my God, if we get a reverse No Way Home here where they bring in like Christian Bale at the end, it's like
not Ben Affleck,
way.
George Clooney.
No,
ain't no way. He's gonna, ain't no way he's
the
coming
bat
back.
nipples. Ain't no
that dude
way.
said he doesn't show his wife Batman and Robin, so you know he ain't coming back.
No way, bro.
They're gonna have to pay him like a good sum of money if he's gonna show up in that thing.
Yeah,
but honestly, go.
I was gonna say, speaking of Batman, though, speaking of like beloved Batmans, Michael Caine retired from acting.
Really?
Yeah, Michael Caine retired from acting.
No.
Like as of yesterday, Michael Caine retired from acting, and
damn.
I mean, like, first off, hats off to like he's best Alfred ever, easily. 60 years of acting, 130 movies, like like incredible career from him. So Michael Caine, what also like if we're talking like people who put asses in seats, if I ever saw Michael Caine was doing it, there's one of the most legendary lines ever. He goes, I read the first page and I read the last page. If I'm on both pages, I take the role. And I was like, let's fucking go, Michael Caine. I love him. So yes, to a great career. But what were you saying, Jose?
No, I was gonna say that like this movie feels like it's that turning point movie for DC, because we already know that the Matt Reeves Batman is meant to be like its own contained storyline. Like or like it could have sequels, it could have like a whole spin on the noir Batman, but like it's not meant to be part of the DCEU that was confirmed a while ago. This one, however, we're still like in teeters of like, where is the DCEU going, right? And the Flash, as per the Snyderverse, is like the Snyderverse cut is a huge part of it, right? So not only did we get 2 different Flashes, 2 different suits. I think the second Flash that we saw first was in the first scene where they both arrive at the manor, and he was the one that in the first version of the movie, I think that was cut out of the Snyderverse movie of the Justice League. He's the one that like shows up from the future, right? There's a little to Batman. Yes, he's the one that shows up. And I'm like, oh, it's the same headpiece. And I'm like, okay, there's like 2 different Flashes here. So like the fact that they're involving Supergirl and the fact that we're already getting 2 Batmen in here, it seems to me like they're involving either, I don't know if it's like the Thomas Wayne storyline as Batman or like something like crazy like that.
I think it's gotta be. I mean, if you're doing Flashpoint, the Thomas Wayne it's just such a great storyline. Like, he was the one who survived. Old Batman just murdering people. Like, it starts with Thomas Wayne like actually trying to murder Harley Quinn. Like that whole plot line is so much fun. I think it makes the most sense. Like, obviously he could be a different dimensional Batman who's just older. It could be like a Batman Beyond Batman who's just in the later stages of Batman,
angry,
just pissed. I mean, if you spent 40 years punching people and nothing changed, you'd be pissed too. So yeah, that would be awesome to see.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, Zephy, what do you think like would be the best way to treat this hosh posh of like legacy characters in this case?
You talk about in the Flash film?
Yeah, the Flash film, bro.
So I don't know, man. I think this is because I'm gonna be honest, I do not like y'all know my opinions already. I do not like Snyderverse.
He is not. No. So you don't want it restored?
I do not want it restored. Hell no.
Okay.
So I think if there's a chance for DC to properly restart and properly build their cinematic universe, this would be the movie to do it. Because you could just retcon everything.
You can retcon everything with
the last few movies don't exist, and now we can move forward into this new universe with all these new movies like Batgirl, and I think Canary is getting a movie, right? Like Peacemaker and Suicide Squad. We can just move into the new universe with all these great films and start building an actual cinematic universe now. So I think this is kind of for me, this is kind of like the last shot at that.
Yeah.
Unless you
Flash Ex Machina. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Flash Ex Machina. Exactly.
Oh my God, I didn't think of this, because you're right. I mean, it's always the Flash.
Right.
They literally just did it with their animated universe like a year and a half ago. With the Darkseid War arc, they reset the universe because Darkseid essentially won. And they could absolutely do that, and they could retcon everything. They'd be like, new universe. And they wouldn't have to retcon it. They could just be like, that was before the wipe.
Right. Like Flashpoint in the comics, that's what led to the New 52.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's what led to the New 52. So it's like it's literally the perfect. It's the perfect storm to just retcon everything, and now we can start fresh. And I don't know. That's why I'm so worried about. I've said that a lot about the movies this whole podcast. Like, I'm excited for it. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm excited for most of these movies. It's just I think with this movie in particular, it's just I kind of hope they do retcon it, because I don't like what I'm seeing. I haven't really been liking.
I don't like the direction we're heading.
Yeah, I don't like.
I don't think we're looking at a Snyderverse restorement, are we? I mean, Zack Snyder's not direct. He's not listed as director in any more movies.
I hope not.
Yeah. So I don't. So that's the thing. So that would be an incredible opportunity to get that retcon going. So I mean, that's all we have, right? In terms of, we've covered all the important stuff.
Well, yeah, we can start doing the buy or not, or sell.
Oh, buy or sell is what you're looking for. So yes, guys, to quickly introduce you to the segment that we're gonna be doing here, which it's probably a one-off thing, but essentially there was a lot of minor things that Jose is going to list off, and each of us is going to say buy or sell, and we're going to go rapid fire through a couple of these more minor announcements from DC Fandome.
Well, some of them aren't so minor, but I'll take it. The Injustice animated movie. Did you like the trailer? Buy or sell, Nick?
Buy or sell, Nick. I am going to buy on the Injustice animated movie because DC never misses with animated movies. They always do a good job. That being said, they did make Batman Samurai. But it's an incredible storyline. I mean, yes, we talked about Superman going bad being a tried and true, but also like kind of a contrived storyline at this point. But at the end of the day, like, Brainiac is a very compelling villain to me. Batman being evil is awesome. It's always the possibility of, like, it brings up a conversation that I've always loved in comic books, and it comes up in anime comic books a lot, which is freedom or safety more important? And that's essentially the Injustice. That's what goes on in Superman's head. He's like, listen, no one's going to die anymore, but I'm going to start killing bad guys. So that's always been a compelling storyline. I'm buying. Zephy, you buying or selling on it?
Sell. I kind of got spoiled. I kind of got spoiled on it, on a few details. Did not like what I heard. I won't say it. I won't say it on the podcast, but I did get spoiled on a few details, and I think this might be DC's. At least in my opinion, this might be an animated DC movie that I actually might miss for the first time in like years.
Damn!
Wow! So we have insider trading. Insider trading. He knows too much.
So yeah.
Quickly before the SEC comes after us, you buying or selling?
I'm not gonna lie. I also have some insight like Zephy, but more on like. It's gonna be a sell for me. One, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't care for the animation. I think the animation is it's not bad, but it's just really not my cup of tea at all. Again, I've heard a lot of like reviews of people who were able to see it early, and a lot of people are like, yeah, even mind you, Nerdist News is always biased. Like, I wouldn't say biased, but they're always optimistic, and they gave that bitch a 4. So
Dang.
So yeah, I'm gonna be a sell for me. Granted, that's a person's opinion, but it's a sell for me.
Oh man,
What about you, Jose?
if everybody's doing Cell, I'll just do Cell and move on to the next one. Damn.
All right, shit.
Because I'm like, I'd rather play the video games, bro. I'd rather play the video games. We're going
very fair. True. That is, if you want the Injustice storyline, there's about to be 3 video games on it, so you can find it there.
I can't believe we missed this. But speaking of The Rock, we also get DC's League of Super Pets, which is the crypto series. It looks like The Secret Life of Pets. I'm just going to read off the cast to you. Dwayne Johnson, Kevin Hart, John Krasinski, Diego Luna, Kate McKinnon, and Keanu Reeves.
That's actually wild.
It's a movie, apparently. It is hitting next year.
Who's playing crypto?
Next year. Yeah. Who's playing crypto? Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Jesus. Fuck it. I love it. I love it so much.
I'm doing bye. Keanu Reeves and The Rock, bye.
Here's the thing. I want to buy so badly. I really, really do. But I have to sell. I have to sell because here's the thing. It's gonna be funny, I'm sure, but it's gonna be so dumb. Crypto is an awesome character. Like, Crypto is an incredibly awesome character. Like, he's literally Superman's dog, and that's awesome. He can fly, he can shoot lasers. But I have to sell because here's the thing. Kevin Hart and The Rock are hilarious. But when they get together, it is hit or miss. And I have a feel like they've made bad movies. I have a feeling this is going to be one of them, so I am selling.
I'm kind of in a mixed boat with it. Like, it does give me Secret Life of Pets. I like that, but with Super Pets, which is cool. Definitely like the casting so far. So I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna say buy, but it's gonna be more of like a quiet buy. Like, buy, but I don't want everyone to know that I'm buying. Yeah, I don't want everybody to know that I'm buying, but I'm like, buy.
Yeah. Sliding the money on the counter. It's like, here, please.
I'd also have to say a quiet buy, and just for two reasons. For one, what they did to my boy Ace, he looks chubby as heck. I don't know why they're being like this little fat little dog. I'm like, bro, that's not. This is Batman's dog we're talking about.
Yeah,
you saying like if there's any well-trained dog that should look as big as Crypto is Ace. Like, come on now. Yeah. And then
I'm not gonna lie to you. That is weird that they casted Kevin Hart to play Ace's dog. Like, it would make more sense for Keanu Reeves to be that.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah,
not Kevin.
Yeah. I'm not sure what the creative decision was behind that. And then secondly, no back count.
True.
There's no back.
Right.
This is back cow erasure.
Oh my God, you're right. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Like, there's a full-on vampire cow. Oh my God. Yes, that would have been fantastic. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So that's what we got. Are you buying or selling, Jose?
I'm buying. I'm just.
Oh, you already said because Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves. I'm buying.
Right,
next one, Doom Patrol season 3. We got the trailer. Did you like it?
I think I'm the only person who's actually watched Doom Patrol out of the 4 of us. Correct?
I like the trailer though.
I started season 1 like a week ago. So
here's the thing, Doom Patrol, you guys, I like buy as hard as I can buy. It's a good fucking show, and
I'll second that.
Critically slept on. It's funny, it's compelling, it's well acted. Matt Bomer introduced, like, all of them introduced incredible like storylines. Brandon Fraser, like Brandon Fraser, who's been out of the game for a long time, fell on hard times. Like I feel like it's his renaissance. Like it's like I'm yelling at a wall. It's like yelling about new Nick Cage movies at people because new Nick Cage movies are so goddamn good and no one's seeing them. Like, go and watch Pig. I kid you not. Like, go and watch Pig. It's one of the best. It was one of the best movies of 2021. Regardless, moving on. Like, it's such a good show. Bye. I'm screaming it at the top of my lungs in a padded cell.
I haven't seen it yet as well. I plan on watching it, but I'll say a safe buy, but like that's just off of everybody else's opinion.
Okay, yeah, fair.
So I would say buy. I just started the first season like a week ago or whatnot, and I'm already hooked. You know, the show is great. It's funny. It's, you know, I thought it was gonna be some CW mess.
No,
but, no, it is not. It is not. Yep. It is in a league of its own. You know, for years, people been telling me, yo, dude, watch Doom Patrol. Watch Doom Patrol. I even get TikToks of people telling me to watch Doom Patrol. So I'm like, okay, all right, fine. I'll watch.
And Swamp Thing while you're at it.
Swamp Thing?
And Swamp Thing while you're at it.
Okay.
Swamp Thing? Oh, I haven't seen that yet.
Also very good.
Okay. Didn't that get canceled?
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. After one season, yes, it did. But the first season was very good. I don't know why it got canceled.
What happened? What happened?
I don't know. I couldn't tell. It was just like Doom Patrol, but it got less traction.
Okay.
That's wild.
But yeah, I'm buying on that. I'm buying.
Are you guys buying or selling the Sandman? We got our first look as Gwendolyn Christie as Lucifer Morningstar, and I was very excited.
How about you go here first, Jose?
What?
How about you go here first? Because I need to hear some other people's opinions on this before
I am big buy because I've seen behind the scenes footage, and I've seen I saw Neil Gaiman go into the set and see like, yep, this is exactly what I wrote in the page, and I was like, yes, arcane shit with Lucifer Morningstar. I like this, so big buy for me. Mizu, I can see you smiling.
It's a huge buy for me as well. I've read Sandman, and I was kind of surprised that they were doing it, but not surprised because DC is a good format for more grittier stuff compared to Marvel. So I'm not surprised, but I love that they're doing it. And someone even did a whole page to trailer comparison, and it's like straight from the freaking comic itself. It's amazing. Shit. It's buy for me.
What about you, Zeph?
All right, buying. I'm buying that hard. Here's my wallet. I don't even care if there's a price. Just take it. I'm so excited for this show, dude. Like I said, the other guy said, I've read Sandman before. Absolutely loved it. And for Neil Gaiman to go on and say that, it's like translating from comics to the actual screen, man. That's my goal. Because, dude, there's very few writers I trust when writing a story. If you tell me Neil Gaiman's writing it, I was like, okay, it's gonna be good.
I'm in there.
You ain't got to tell me much.
Exactly. You got the man himself. You got the man himself writing the show. Plus, I also want to say that they got one of my favorite characters from the Game of Thrones series who played Tywin Lannister. He's in it. I was just like, yo, they got him? Oh, yeah.
And Gwendolyn Christie is Lucifer.
Yes.
I'm like,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I like it.
There's very little to be mad about here. Very, very, if none at all. Like, I'm excited. Yeah, I'm buying. Okay.
I mean, I can't sit here and sell with those kinds of reactions. So I got to buy for my own safety. So, all right, that's me. I'm in.
We got a few more. Harley Quinn season 3. We got our first teaser, and like Harley Quinn was like just trying to be. This is a buy for me. I think it's a buy across the board, right?
So easy, dude. Yep. It's one of the best animated TV shows out there right now. Just talking about building yourself up after toxic relationships. It's funny. It's compelling. It's well written. It's stupid. It's awesome. I love it. Yes, buy.
I like it. Mizu, are you still buying?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I thought it was one of those gems that really shook me up out of nowhere. Like, oh, there's a Harley Quinn show. Maybe watch it. And I love how gritty and funny it was. I love how they gave more humanistic characteristics to the villains. Like, I love how Joker is arguing with his henchmen and stuff like that. Like, I love all bits and pieces of it. I definitely wish more shows were like this with him. Like, I love how Batman is in the show. The whole Justice League. It's so funny. Fantastic.
And they're just douchebags. And they're just massive douchebags.
Where's my electric car, Bruce?
I like it. I'm a huge buy too. And
what about you, Zeph? I mean, Zeph, you've seen it, right?
Oh, yeah. I'm in agreement with everybody else. Bye. Yeah. That's all I got to say. I love the show. Absolutely love the show. So
love to see it. And then finally, the big one for me on the animated side, Batman Caped Crusader. So Matt Reeves, J.J. Abrams, Bruce Timm, and James Tucker are going to be basically reimagining the Batman animated series, or Batman mythology is what they're saying, in the 40s. So they're going full noir with the original sideways like literally 40s Batman. So it's I think they've said that some episodes might be black and white, like full noir. I'm very excited. Buy or sell, guys.
Here's the thing. I'm Batman's my favorite superhero just on earth, point blank period. I think this show has the potential to be incredible, but I also think it has the potential to be a lot of show and not a lot of substance. I think that the premise is awesome. I think it could turn into kind of a self-congratulatory, pat yourself on the back moment, because there's so many big names tied to it. And so they're going to be like, look what we're doing, and forget to write an actual story. So I'm going to buy, obviously I'm going to buy, it's Batman. I'm in there like swimwear, but I'm tentative and I'm hopeful.
Fair.
I'm gonna quiet buy on this one. You know, when I heard J.J. Abrams was a part of it, I was a little like he's a great. I think he's a good writer. It's just when it comes
to pull, and nowadays you hear J.J. Abrams. I think it was Star Wars. Star Wars.
That and his Spider-Man run.
Yeah,
because it's just like when it comes to J.J. and superheroes, I'm like, because I
just do Star Trek.
Just do
Star Trek.
When I heard Bruce Timm and when
James Tucker.
Bruce Timm, James Tucker, and Matt Reeves was behind it. I'm like, okay, all right. So this might not, and it's got that old school, Justice League Unlimited look to it.
Yep.
Yeah. Warriors and Noir. It's like, okay, so this might, turn it into something good. I'm willing to give it a try. It's Batman. Batman's my favorite hero, so I'm willing to give it a try.
I'm in the same boat with Zephy. It's going to be a quiet buy for me. Like, I like the hype and the stuff behind it, but I'm skeptical on what we're actually going to see. So it's a quiet buy for me.
I think it's a slightly higher than quiet buy for me, not because it's Batman and he's my favorite DC character.
You tell your mom about it, but you wouldn't post it on TikTok.
Yeah, but the thing is that from the premise that they said, they're reimagining the villains to set them in the 40s. So I'm like, okay, could you imagine Mr. Freeze if he had to go through his whole thing in the 40s? Could you imagine Bane in the 40s? All that stuff, it's all meant to be super centered in the time period, so it's not super crazy gadgets. It's more like what we saw from for example the Telltale series, super detective based noir Batman take. So I'll take it, and if they put Kevin Conroy in it, I'm hard.
Oh well, yeah, it's hard not to buy in on Kevin Conroy.
It's hard not to.
If you put, he is my Batman, and Mark Hamill is my Joker. So I'm going with that. But yeah, that is all that I have for the buys and sells. Would you guys like to cover what if, or should we call it, boys?
Well, no, that we still have the stack 'em up to do, good sir.
Oh shit, true, very true.
So our stack 'em up question for this week is pretty simple. It's pretty in line with what we talked this whole podcast, so it should be pretty quick and easy. But we got to talk of these, DC Fandome releases. What are you most excited for? Actually, should we do what are you most excited for, or what do you think is going to make the most money? I think what are you most excited for should be it.
I was gonna say which one do you think is gonna be the best, but
let's do what's gonna be the best. I like that. That's good because it can be it's very personal because we'll all choose. So what's gonna be the best? All right. Yep. So Zeph, you are our guest, and by tradition, therefore that means who won? Who won 2 weeks ago?
You destroyed, bro.
Yeah, you won Attack on Titan.
Deadpool literally got 89% of the votes, bro.
Let's fucking go. 2 movies, baby.
Yeah, so Zephy, just as a background, we do polls every week for different things in pop culture.
So good, right?
But the last one was who's the best anti-hero in popular culture, right? And so we had Deadpool, we had the Punisher, and then we had Magneto for Mizu. The Punisher got 50% of the votes. The Deadpool got 89% of the votes. And Magneto got a 44% yes. So I was very surprised about that one because he's available.
X-Men doesn't have the pull it used to.
You think so?
And it doesn't have the cloud used to.
You think
early
so?
2000s?
I don't know. Early 2000s, yes, because with the animated series, it was banging. That's true. Yep. I'll get it. With Hugh Jackman and I'll take it. I'll take that.
Nowadays, it's just everyone thinks Dark Phoenix. Everyone thinks
what was the Insomniac game though is going to be hot.
Which sucks so much because the comics right now, especially with the whole Krakoa and all that going on, it's very interesting. X-Men is doing some interesting things right now.
Yeah. Oh, it always is. X-Men has the most room for growth and exploration, but no. Deadpool feels good to be king, ladies and gentlemen.
So
the Plighted Against finally rises to the top. Still in third, I think. Still in third.
So it's 5-5-4 officially.
Fuck me, god damn it. All right. Well, Zeph, that means I go second. You go first.
Oh, okay. I was gonna give so wait, it's what's gonna be the best?
What do you think is gonna be the best? And let's do both. I think that's a pretty easy an analysis. So what do you think is gonna be the best out of the entire DC Fandome offering, and what do you think is gonna make the most money?
Okay.
Well, it wouldn't be easy to suggest that the best would make the most money.
No. Because certain movies are like the Suicide Squad were a critical success, but a financial flop, and it's literally one of the best movies. So
true.
Receipts.
Okay.
Baby.
Okay. I was gonna give I was gonna say more of an unknown answer, like the new Super Sons CG movie that's coming out. But since we're in a voting system and I want to win, I'm gonna say the best is the Batman, without a doubt. It'd be crazy to say anything else. And then the most money, just because it's Black Adam. You got The Rock in it. You got the Justice Society. People have been wanting to see Dr. Fate and Hawkman and Hawkgirl on screen.
And it being Pierce Brosnan is fucking sick, and it's perfect casting. Yeah,
exactly. That movie's gonna make money, bad or good. That movie's gonna make money.
The fact that he said it was like nothing he's ever seen, and he's done 4 James Bonds movies, I was like, they either paid him a lot of money to say that, or he is not lying.
Yeah,
he's Dr. Fate, bro. That's a great fucking casting.
He's the perfect fucking Dr. Fate.
Side note, first, this is I think this is Dr. Fate's cinematic debut too.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Which, since we are getting Dr. Fate, it leaves the door open for a lot of magic users, like Constantine. What's Dr. Fate's daughter's name? Zer something. Good DC fan here. Can't even name Dr. Fate's daughter. But it leaves the door open for so many magic users, and it's so sick. That movie's gonna absolutely crush.
Count your days, Doctor Strange. Dr. Fate showing up at the door.
Dr. Fate
no more of this.
Bro, Dr. Fate would absolutely wash Doctor Strange.
By the way, do we have a favorite between Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange and Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate?
Oh,
we have to see him.
If you have to choose.
The thing is, I haven't even seen it, but I like Dr. Fate as a character more than I like Doctor Strange.
If Pierce Brosnan goes in there and absolutely does his thing, it's probably going to be Dr. Fate.
Okay, bet. I like it.
And that's no disrespect to Doctor Strange. It's Benedict Cumberbatch. He's an incredible Doctor Strange. It's just Dr. Fate is one of my favorite characters from DC, just point blank period. He's such an interesting character.
Fair.
I love it. All right, cool. So you had the best is going to be Batman. Most money is going to be Black Adam. Yep. I am going to go... Those are going to be my picks. I'm going to say the best is going to be... It's because here's the thing, it's not going to be Black Adam. It's not. There's just no way. I'm going to say the best is going to be Flash. I'm going to take the Flash. The best is going to be Flash. We're going to get the point blank. We're going to get the time paradox. We're going to get Flashpoint. We're going to get all that. We're going to get Michael Keaton. It's going to be incredible. We're going to see the cowl. It's going to be great. Most money is going to probably be Batman. I'm gonna have to say I think Robert Pattinson is due for a renewal. I think he is a way better actor than people give him credit for people who have only seen him in Twilight. He's been in a lot of movies since then, and every single one he's absolutely crushed. Like the A24 movie he did, where he had to keep an eye on his mentally disabled brother. I'm kind of spacing what it's called right now. Really, really good movie, really good actor. He seems unhinged. It's a 3-hour detective movie. People love 3-hour movies for some reason. So I'm going to say Batman is going to make the most money and Flash is going to be the best one because of what it can do story-wise. What, Jose?
I'm trying to get into the drive so I can start writing these answers down. But if you guys keep track, I'm perfectly fine. Okay. So I think, the thing is, it with tradition, you're not supposed to pick anything that anybody's picked yet. but I think I will have to for the money part. The best one, what I think is gonna be the best. I'm gonna go on a limb and say that the Sandman is gonna be the best. From DC Fandome. The Sandman. It is made by Netflix, and we know that Netflix likes to throw money around the
at
place.
Everything but its anime.
At everything but its anime. But I mean, hopefully Disney's success changed that. Because spoiler alert, also another thing we should talk about eventually, Disney's coming out with 4 different animes and they're putting it on Disney Plus.
They made Hunky Fox Boys, and they're gonna make a fucking $1 billion on
yes,
it.
sir.
And I will be some of that money.
I will pay for that money. But the Sandman, we've been waiting for that for a long time. I mean, if the man, we've said it in the show, if the man who wrote it is on the set and he says, this is exactly what I wrote, I will dig it. I think that's going to be the best. It might be on its own separate spectrum, but I think Sandman is going to fulfill expectations and go even beyond with all of it, the things that they're doing casting wise as well as story wise. In terms of most money, I 1,000% have to go with Black Adam. Like, Black Adam is gonna like destroy at the box office. I was gonna say Shazam, but I realized, bro, it has the box office pull with The Rock. It has the anticipation and the hype.
I'm sorry, I have to stop you, good sir. I'm throwing a flag on this. How? First off, if you can choose what people have chosen before you, what's the point of the order?
Okay,
what's the point of the order?
Fine.
What's the point of winning?
I'll change it.
If you can just choose other.
Hold on. I would definitely agree with that. However, like with the Subject Matter Plus, we're adding kind of 2 questions into one.
It's a separate question.
It's like, plus it all depends on who chose what. Like, granted, I can't get exactly what you said, but like if I pick maybe a different movie or a different, like, basically if we're not exactly having the same exact setup, I think it could be valid, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I did with Zeph. Zeph said Batman was going to be the best movie. I said it was going to make the most money.
Okay.
We're talking separate categories. I think
that's perfectly valid.
But what he's doing, what Jose's doing is he's choosing the same movie in the same category.
Nick just wants to win, and I'm going to change my answer.
There is rules.
Well, I'll change my answer. The best one is going to be the Sandman, and the one that's going to make the most money is going to be Harley Quinn season 3.
Oh, bold. Here's the thing. How are they going to monetize? How are they going to like show Harley Quinn?
Subscriptions. Yeah, that's how Disney
Plus.
Well, that actually might be like true though, because
I
mean, look at Squid Game with Netflix. Squid Game is the most watched thing on Netflix ever.
In 80 countries.
80 countries.
Insane. Yeah,
HBO Max,
bonkers.
Baby. HBO Max is gonna get some dollars.
Okay. Did you get your
33 million people saw that.
23
think about that. 33 million people have watched Squid Game. The last show to get that kind of buzz and that watchability was on Bridgerton, and it had 18 million.
Oh, well, yeah.
That's crazy.
I don't think even Game of Thrones had like 15 for the finale.
That's like Super Bowl numbers. That's crazy.
That's wild. Okay.
Yeah.
Mizu, go.
So I'm gonna go at an underdog here and say that the most probably critical, because it was an underdog during the height of DC movies coming in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Shazam 2, Fear of the Gods.
Movie.
So that's the one I think that's gonna do very well in terms of like just like critically, because again, like I said, when the first Shazam came out, it was an underdog and everybody thought it was gonna be a flop, but it turned out to be freaking amazing and everybody loved it compared to all the other movies that were coming out. So I feel like hopefully lightning could strike twice. Get to see what I did there. But anyway.
Shazam.
But in terms of the most money,
no one's chosen a video game yet.
Ooh.
In terms of the most money, then with that being said, then in terms of the most money, I'm probably gonna have to say Gotham Knights. Again, in terms of video game, only because everybody loved the Arkham series, and how we were talking about earlier, sometimes people are like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And plus we have the possibility of, switching between characters and all that jazz. So who knows? And plus, a lot of people love the Court of Owls storyline, and now they're incorporating Court of Owls into this video game. So you never know. It could work.
I'm right there with you. Hey, listen, Witcher 3 made $1.3 billion. So I mean, if we're talking about the monetization of video games, it's kind of crazy.
Another game that made that much money that you don't like? Red Dead 2.
Red Dead 2. Yeah, the walking simulator. Yeah. Oh, make sure your horse is fed, otherwise it's gonna fall over and die.
It made $500 million in a Saturday.
One Saturday.
In a Saturday.
And I accidentally cut my beard in it, and I had to wait 2 goddamn in-game days to grow stubble back. I don't need to be reminded of my incontinent ability to grow a beard. I can do that in real life. Please and thank you.
Okay, so just to repeat the final lineup, Zephy has chosen Batman as his champion for best in DC Fandome, and the one that's going to make the most money is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as Black Adam. Nick has chosen The Flash to be the best because there's multiple Batmen in it. And then the Batman will be the one that rakes in the most money. I have chosen Lucifer as the best. It will be the best because I know it will. And then Harley Quinn is going to bring the most money to HBO Max. And then Mizu has gone for the underdog here on the best one, which is Shazam: Fury of the Gods. Great villains. 2 villains that are going to be like very good on screen. So good chance there. And then Gotham Knights as the money grabber of DC Fandome. Make sure to go to my Instagram page and you can vote in the stories as soon as the podcast goes live.
Of course. And guys, thank you so much. For those of you who are listening, your subscriptions to the Patreon are really, really awesome, guys. You open us to more mobility, more ability to record these podcasts. Who knows? Maybe one day we'll have a studio to do these kinds of things. It won't be Zoom. So you guys you guys are the people that allow us to do things that we do. We've been doing this longer than 6 months now. It's our second time having Zephy on. If you guys haven't listened to the first episode and you want to hear us talk about, not even really know what the fuck we were doing, go ahead and listen to the first Zephy episode, guys. It was a lot of fun. Zeph, it is always a pleasure having you on, dude. We loved having you here. Great talk today.
I love being here, man. I love being here.
Yeah, dude. So if you want to plug your socials, tell the people where they can find you. I'm sure they'd love to hear it.
You can find me at TikTok at Zephy._. You can find me on my YouTube channel. It's just Zephy, or youtube.com/ZephyGames. And that's pretty much it. Oh, you can also find me on Twitter at Zeptitus, or just search Zephy. My name will come up. There's not too many people on the internet named Zephy, so
you chose to be on Twitter.
Yeah,
that was no gun to your head. You chose to be on Twitter. Good for you.
I chose to be on Twitter. I know, right?
That's crazy. But once again, dude, thank you. It's so awesome coming on, guys. I've been Nixie Comedy on TikTok, NCHammer23 on Twitch, and on YouTube. Guys, posting 3 times a day over to the YouTube. We are going crazy trying to get off TikTok, trying my hardest so I can spend more time doing this podcast. Thank you, guys. Very nice of you, Jose.
Same here, doing massive moves on the YouTube side of things. We just got partnered and we're about to hit 9,000 subs.
Yes,
so
sir.
It's a grind, but we will get there. So you can find me at I'm Tropical Joe on TikTok. I'm Tropical Joe on Instagram. Speaking of Instagram, again, I'll say it once, I'll say it again. You can vote for the Stack 'em Up winner over there. Vote for Sandman and Harley Quinn. They're gonna make the
That's bias. That's election. You're rigging the vote.
hey,
election fraud.
Fake news, supposedly, probably. So vote
that was
in
a good
my
ass impression.
Yeah, probably. So vote in my Instagram stories as soon as the podcast is live. Last time we had around 6,000 people vote across all of them. So thank you guys so much. You guys are absolutely crazy voting for the Stack 'em Ups. The most that we've gotten, I think, was 9,000 for one of those. So let's see if we can get that with our guest today. Mizu, baby. Tell the people where they can find you.
You can find me on TikTok, Instagram. I'm not as well established as they are on YouTube, but I'm working on it. I just need to get, equipment and all that jazz. But I'm definitely trying to make the YouTube move. You can also find me on Reddit as well. Join the Mizu Shogunate. So
nice. All right, guys, thank you so much for clicking in. Make sure you follow everyone, especially Zephy, if you've ever wondered about the strongest iterations of comic book characters, or if you just like talking comics. And if you listened to this whole episode, I'm going to guess you probably did. Zeph is the man with the plan doing that, guys. Once again, Zeph, much appreciated. We are going to kick it to the outro.